Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our Thursday night stream. We are streaming Frostbite Mayhem versus Centurion today, best of three series in Balance League Division 2. My name is Cliff. I am joined by the wonderful and the sexy sounding Andreas. How are you doing today, my friend?
Well, there's no need to state the obvious, okay? But no,
Uh,
in all seriousness, it's very nice to be here once again. You know, me being a substitute for a team just gives me even more time to do this sort of stuff, and it's something which I really want to improve on, get better at, and especially for these sorts of games where I have played against the majority of the people that we are going to be casting today.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of very well-known VL faces in this game. I think out of the 10 players, I know 8 of them. Um, which is in modern league, in modern VL terms, it's quite a lot of people. Um, we'll run through the lineups real quick just whilst we wait for the lobby to get started. So from Frostbite Mayhem, we have what have we got here? We have Ollie in the top lane, Corrin in the jungle, Beltox in the mid lane, Josh and Elwood ADC and support. And then over on Centurion, we have Lollis top, Gubex in the jungle, 905 or Kiz, as I'm probably going to be calling him all day today, so get used to that. Extranza or Drigger, as I'm going to be calling him all day today. And Bramsh. So I don't know, Andreas. You said you've played against these guys before. What do you think? Who do you think has the edge on these two teams?
Yes, I've played the majority of them last split when my team won Division Two. I have faced both teams, especially Flip, which 905 and Branch had
Yeah.
played on for the last two splits. I faced them. They beat me in the first split. I had my winning group stage match against them. Never got to face them in the playoffs. Sad to say. But it was still fun nonetheless. In terms of who I think is going to win, just upon the names alone, I do think Frostbite is going to win. I don't know too much about how Drancer plays. I don't know too much about how Lollis plays.
Yeah.
So just in terms of what I know pretty much everyone from Frostbite. I've played with Baildrox a little bit in tryouts and stuff. He has a good mind and good game sense. And him in the mid lane, yeah, I think that is definitely an improvement over what they did have last. Although, when you're a finalist, as Mental God was, he's still a good player. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is a slight improvement.
Yeah, I think Frostbite coming in very strong. Obviously, runners up last split, kept most of the same roster. You should expect a team that stays together like that to do maybe just as good, if not slightly better, because they've got more experience playing together now. Um, obviously, I think uh, Josh and Elwood have been playing together for ages at this point, right? Maybe 3 splits, 4 splits, or something.
I
Pretty sure
don't
they
know
played in season three.
necessarily. I'm trying to remember the first time I faced them because I think I faced them when I was in Division Three still.
Mm.
in scrims and that sort of stuff, and that was a good year ago. So yeah, probably 3, 4 splits we're looking at.
Oh, Elwood in the chat says 2 splits.
Two
Elwood,
splits.
close the stream. You should be
Oh, are you
focusing.
sure?
That's coming from the man himself, Elwood, in the chat there.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, but
80,
they've
yeah,
known each
all
other
right.
for 18 years. Wow, that is crazy.
But yeah, it will be very interesting because if anyone knows how Bramch plays, who is on the side
Mhm.
of Centurion, he plays very differently to how most other supports do when it comes to VL standards. The way he plays, he'll either win the game for his team or he'll lose the game for his team. And
Yeah,
with the amount of games that Frostbite have had against that sort of opponent, it's going to be very interesting to see if Bramps tries to stay on his way of playing, or if he's going to find a way to work around it, sort of break up the muscle memory that Frostbite are going to have against him.
yeah. Bramsh does have a very particular style of play, and I think he's had this style of play since, like, gosh, 2020. I think I remember Bramsh on Centurion in 2020 in the finals against Plague, I think it was. And he's had this style of play since then. He loves to roam, plays these very aggressive picks, plays these lane bullies. If you're a mid laner playing against Bramsh, it kind of feels like you're in a 2v1 most of the time. The guy's just everywhere.
Yeah, he does primarily play around 905, who in terms of the rankings is ranked 24th, which to me is absolutely surprising because in my opinion he is one of the best mid laners in Division 2.
Yeah.
He probably hasn't had the chance to show that at this point in time, but just if you give him a meter, he'll run a mile with it.
Yeah, very mechanical player, Kiz is. I think I mean, even the jungler on Centurion, Goob, he is also a very mechanical player. There's a lot of carry potential, a lot of explosive play style on that Centurion team, and I think a lot of their style is trying to get the early game as messy as possible, really snowball an advantage by just creating a chaotic game. And if you can't control that, if you can't steady the ship against their style, it really does just get out of control so fast. You really do have to not necessarily focus on your game, but make sure you aren't allowing them to make you overstep too far, or make you forget about your objective control, or make you forget about your base timings and all these kinds of things that they really do just throw you all over the place. I think when we go through to this game, the biggest tell about how the style that Centurion are going to want to play is probably on Bramsh's picks, right?
I would say so, yeah. You know, if a team can get behind how Branch plays and work around that, it will definitely help them achieve victory. It's just a case of they did lose their matches last week,
Yeah.
although it's really hard to say this is going to cause a spiral. It's the first game, stuff's going to happen. You know, at least if you lose, you can only get better from there.
Yeah, and we were looking at those games earlier, and you pointed out to me just how close the gold was in those games, which, it really does tell a lot in a 30-minute game when the gold is, that close. They're the kinds of games that one team makes a mistake that late into the game, and all of a sudden you just lose because your death timers are too long. So without having watched those games, you can't really tell if they were winning and then they made that last mistake at an inopportune time, or if they were behind and they kept clawing back. But the goal being so close does say that despite them losing, they obviously were having close games. They were hard fought games. And then on the flip side of that with Mayhem, I believe you cast them last week. Did you cast them last week?
No, last week I casted Titans. You guys,
Oh yes, you casted me last week. Yeah, sorry.
yes.
But yeah, Mayhem's games they were much cleaner. They had the nice 2-0. They felt like they played their game. They were in control of the game. They may
I,
have played a weaker opponent. We can't really tell so early into the split of who is or isn't a strong team.
mm,
On paper, both of these teams look like they're very competitive and very strong. So
yeah,
I think
and
Frostbite
again,
Mayhem are probably in for a different challenge than they had last week. And again, on the flip side, Centurion, um, again, probably also in for a different challenge themselves.
and again, we're only sort of judging these performances by the end results. We were not able to go into the games and see, oh, actually, Mayhem were actually behind
Mm.
and then came back. We have no way in looking at that.
Getting ready checks now in the chat. So hopefully we can move on to this game and we can get started because I am very excited for this. It's always nice to sit down and cast a bit of VL.
Yeah, I
And
really do want to see what differences there are when it comes to this Frostbite team. because it really does suck being so dominant throughout a whole split and then falling just ever so short in the final. In that situation, a lot of people, there's one or two ways you can take it. You can sort of feel like that you were deserving of it, and something happened and you didn't get it, and it can sort of take you down this bad spiral. Or you can be like, hey, we took the pedal off the gas. Let's ensure that that doesn't happen again, and let's just make sure that we be the best version of ourselves.
Yeah, it's. I mean, hopefully for Frostbite, the playoff curse does disappear. I would really appreciate if the Frostbite playoff curse disappeared because
Yes,
I do not want to be the recipient of that once more.
it yeah, we are actually seeing the draft at this point in time. A couple bands already going forward.
Oh, I like the Victor ban.
Yes, 905 is really good on that champion. There's a lot of bot lane focus as well on the side of Centurion, getting rid of the Ezreal, who Josh does very well on.
Yeah, Corrin's Vi gone as well. The Corki gone as well. Branch's Pike, that's another big Branch pick. It's definitely a champion that he can play those very aggressive games on, so definitely one to get rid of. We looking for the blinder? God, no, we're going to go for Corrin and Mumu. I like that pick there. That's a strong pick.
A very good team fight tank. Very good CC, very good ultimate as well. Probably one of the best in the game.
Believe Mumu is currently, well, as of the last time it was updated, the most banned champion in VL this split. So managing to get that one through is quite nice for Mayhem, because clearly there's a lot of power on the champ. And Corrin has a nice Mumu as well, but we're looking at a Galio Nocturne. I would really like to see a Galio Nocturne. That is a devastating combo. Are we going to go for it, Centurion?
It'll be interesting if it goes through.
Okay, Galio Kaiser. So Galio's obviously a flex here.
Yeah, it can go in 3 areas, can't it, actually?
Yeah, 3. It could go top, mid, or support. I think it's probably better in the solo lanes.
Although
some...
Galio Kaiser, I can see
Yeah.
how it works out as well.
I wouldn't like to blind Galio Kaiser, though.
Yes, but still, we don't know for a fact at this point in time. It was very nice to see.
It is a nice duo. But
Tristana?
Tristana, again, another flex pick. Probably going towards the bot side, though, I'd imagine.
And when you see a Galio on the enemy side, Tristana is has just very easy way to get out of the taunt, out of the knock-up from Galio's ultimate, and also the what was it? The leaping uppercut. I forget what it's called.
Oh, Justice Punch, right?
Justice Punch, that's it, yes.
I only know that because I was forced to play the champion.
Led locked in for Ollie.
Kled, again, I think Ollie does play the Kled, but it's also a pick away from Lawless, I believe, who played
I believe so, yes.
week.
Straight Darius.
Wow.
It is going to be a bloodbath in the top lane, and I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, we are going to have some big meaty men slapping each other. Well, I say big meaty men. A big meaty man.
Slapping me.
But yeah, it's going to be an explosive, almost you would say, coin flippy top lane. One of those two is going to win, and they're going to win it hard, just based on the champions.
They're simply fighting to see who is going to be taking over Noxus. That's what it is.
Poppy ban from Centurion. That's an odd one. Actually, feel like Poppy would have done decently for their comp, so maybe that Galio is going support?
Possibly. Maybe they're just trying to get rid of like champions that have a general counter to what they're wanting.
Yeah, I guess getting rid of these melee supports. The melee supports are obviously quite strong right now. So Poppy Maokai banned. They're two good bans. I think maybe Poppy just isn't really a branch pick, to be honest, is it? Nocturne banned out from Mayhem. Of course, that Galio Nocturne is absolutely disgusting. I'm not sure.
I mean, what can Bram still play? He's played the Silas support at times.
Yep.
I would not be surprised if he plays Elise. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest.
Oh yeah, for sure. He has to have Elise games. There's no way he doesn't have Elise games. Belveth is still open, but I'm not sure how great Belveth is here, because Tristana probably quite safe in that lane. It's an Ivan for Goob.
Interesting. Gives a bit more survival to his team.
Does leave that Galio flex still open as well.
I get to shout Daisy as well, so I'm happy with that.
I wonder where Frostbite want to go here. Obviously, they're going to look in the support, and now we're looking for a mid laner, I would assume. I mean, I guess the Tristana could go mid, but it's not that great mid, and it's going to be the Orianna. Okay. That's a very nice team fight, press R button comp from Mayhem. They should have a lot of control around the neutral objectives with that comp. And then the
And the
silent.
Silas support.
I mean, this is probably Silas support. It could be
Unless
Silas
it's
mid.
Galio. You never know.
Yeah, the Galio Silas flex is still open. They are putting this Galio in bot lane, but they can still swap at any moment. Before we make any judgment, let's hold off. I believe 30 seconds is the mark where you're not allowed to swap anymore.
All
Okay,
right,
so it's
everything
going
is
to be
as we see it
Galio
now.
support.
I can
So,
see, to be fair, with our branch plays, I can see it, quite easy taunt, a semi-global ultimate, or at least has a really long range for it as well. Silas wanting to go in, Darius wanting to go in, Ivan giving people a chance to go in, Galio ulting on top of that. It's a good combination, but I also think that there is a chance that they're sort of leaving Kaiser in the dust with it as well.
yeah. It does feel like the lane has potential to be bullied. Obviously, Tristana outranges the Kai'Sa, and if Braum stands in front of the
Especially
Tristana,
later on.
yeah, especially later on, if Braum stands in front of the Tristana as well, it's so difficult for
Yes.
Galio to get to it.
Honestly,
So,
just in terms of the head-to-head bot lane, I do think just Tristana Braum just in general beats Kaiser Galio.
yeah,
Tristana is able to get away from anything that Galio wants to do, and even if Tristana gets taunted or gets knocked up, Braum jumps in, shields, Kaiser can't do anything. All Braum needs to do is get a tag on the Kaiser, and then 3 hits after that, stunned. You have the bomb from Tristana as well. That's a lot of damage for an ADC that doesn't have good range in general.
mm,
In
yeah,
terms
yeah,
of the mid lane as well, Orianna early on is just going to sort of poke this Silas out, but because of all these survivability options, when it comes to runes and potions and all that sort of stuff, the Silas should be able to sort of keep it level. Just in terms of the actual teams themselves, the sheer amount of team fight that Frostbite have, they don't need to think, to be honest.
No, I think Frostbite definitely have the easier to execute, um, composition. I think,
I would definitely say so, yes, because on the red side, you have to really think about who you're going on. If you can kill them in time, you do have that Galio ult just in case things do go sour. But just the sheer amount of AoE ultimates that are on the side of Frostbite, they can pretty much force their way into any situation.
yeah, I think a lot of this is going to go. Can Ivan and Silas find stuff early?
Yeah, they need to disrupt what
Yes.
Frostbite want to do. We're just 30 seconds away from getting into the game itself. What are your predictions? What side do you think is going to win?
Just based on ease of execution of the comps, I feel like Frostbite have the advantage. They're they don't have as much margin for error in their composition. Lots of press R buttons. Whereas on the flip side, Centurion have the kind of comp where if they start rolling with this comp, they will just run over this game. That Darius gets ahead, if the Silas gets ahead, it just becomes so hard for them to deal with. And there's so many amazing ults for Silas to take, something that we haven't
That
even
is
spoken
true.
about yet. There's so
That
many
is
great
very true.
ults for Silas this game.
There is also the case of on red side, you can get ahead, but all it takes is one team fight.
It
And
does. It
next,
only
yeah,
takes one team fight. Yeah. That's the thing with these comps here. If Frostbite find a good team fight, it's so hard for Centurion.
I also agree with Frostbite winning this as well. Just as long as they can put the walls up, not die early on, ensure they stay level to an extent,
Yeah.
they should be able to take this game by the scruff and take it over the finish line. And we're already getting a pause. Typical VO.
Okay, so I'm not sure how versed in VO history you are, but we refer to this, us old VL people, we refer to this as a Harshy pause.
A harshy pause.
Yes, so I'm gonna give you some VL history here as
Please do.
an old VL veteran. Back in the day, there was a guy called Harshy who used to play in VL, and it's either his internet connection or his computer was so bad that he would disconnect in every loading screen. Every loading
Crazy.
screen, every game. So whenever he loaded into a game, his team would have to immediately pause so that he could load
Yeah.
back into the game. So we
Before you
refer to it as the
continue,
Harshy pause.
we do have a guest commentator now, don't we?
We do. Allow me to introduce the lovely Luna joining us for this cast. It's a pleasure to have you with us, Luna.
Hello, I am very rushed and I'm still trying to set things up, but hi.
Have you taken a look at these drafts?
I have not.
Lost-
I have just given the all clear from the broadcast I was meant to be doing, so I haven't had the chance to look anywhere.
That's
Oh,
all right.
Like,
I
Uh-uh.
believe in terms of my actual my first full split was 3 years ago, I think, when I was on Fireflies in Division 4.
Mm.
We got into the finals there and we lost against Claytrons. And then next split we moved up into Division 3 and we somehow won that.
Oh, was that Chulo Claytron's Tropical or something,
Yes,
right?
something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Okay. Still in this pause, though. Classic VL pause. Do we know whose power pause?
It was red side, and I don't know the reason why. Mr. Frost, is there a way you can like just press enter? Broad. Can we see the reason why?
Have a look at the chat. Mid
Mid
issue.
issues. Okay.
Mid issues. Okay.
Kiz being Kiz, it would seem. Question mark.
Damn 905.
All right, Luna. Let's get your expert analysis as
God.
the most professional caster among us.
Among
What do
Us?
What do you think of these drafts right now?
Without seeing order or anything, A, how in God's name have we got a Tristana AD carry? That champion doesn't exist right now. B, Goob on Ivern, and someone's made a mistake. C, why the hell is there a Darius in my game? D, Kaiser's not a real champion, Drigger, I'm sorry. And E, Ollie's got Kled, GG, well played.
Well, he does have Kled, yeah.
To be fair, when it comes to Valanth, it's not the most skilled of leagues. So, when it comes to our level, it's more about comfort than anything else, really.
How is that Kled Darius matchup? Let me just pull. I'm going to pull the stats up.
In terms of what I've seen for Emerald, around Emerald, Darius beats Kled by 52% of the time. So it's nothing crazy. It's not an out-and-out domination one side.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad for Kled, to be honest.
You would imagine that Ollie, as a bit of a Kled main, would have the experience in this matchup, though. Darius being one of the favorites of solo queue.
And if there was anything that Darius knows Dunk.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of lane, Kled just has such a strong lane that there aren't a lot of champions that beat him in sort of that first 15 minutes of the game.
Hold up. Back up a second. That's a grasp of the Undying Orianna.
It is Grasp Orianna. Yeah, I guess into the melees it's fine, but...
I guess it adds a bit more survivability later on.
Surely Aerie is just better in every situation, though, no?
In terms of like the possibly, maybe. I guess there's also some sort of mental warfare as well, because if you're a melee mid laner and you're seeing the grass be constantly procced on you, it can get annoying.
It's quite big in the top lane matchups at the moment for the ranged mages to just take grasp.
Yeah, I still remember when we are unpaused, but I'm still going to be talking about this because there's going to be absolutely no action for who knows how long. I still remember when the build on Senna was you went Grasp, you went Frozen Mallet, you went like more tankier stuff, and you just couldn't kill her. It was probably the most fun I've had for an ADC until Aphelios came out.
Oh no, there's 2 Aphelios enjoyers in here. Get me out.
Yeah, I mean, look at my Hall of Fames. I've got 2 Aphelios and 1 Smolder.
Oh no, Andreas, Aphelios and Smolder.
I got 3 pentakills last split on Smolder. How am I not going to pick him for my Hall of Fame?
That's because the champion's just not fair, though.
That is true.
The champion was really unfair last year.
Now we have the classic spectator pause after a pause.
Yes.
Now, I'm hoping that this doesn't break, because the whole reason that I'm here is because the broadcast I was meant to be on got cancelled because we were having spectator issues.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I will say it has been going on for a very long time.
It has been a while, hasn't it?
Is there a way where we can just go out of this and then come back in?
Has the client died, is the real question.
That would be classic VL for the spectator client to die.
Honestly, it's standard everything.
I don't think I've got anyone on either team in my... I think I've got Elwood. I can always see if I can join. No, I don't have anyone.
Let me load up my client. I think I have pretty much everybody that's.
I have all of them from Mayhem.
Yeah, you guys can check on my half.
Pumpkin, can we just make sure the client hasn't properly died on us? No,
yeah, is there a way that we can...
I would suggest closing out of this and reconnecting, because it should still let you reconnect. I think this is broken, and reconnecting might be the only way to fix it.
We're going to come back in this game, and there's going to be 28 kills in like 4 minutes.
It's really convenient that we are paused at 10 seconds, because back in the day we used to have to pause every VL game we streamed at 10 seconds so we could sing.
Yeah. I think we still did that very recently, Cliff, if memory serves.
Yeah, we were not that long ago. Yeah.
League of Legends does not like us today.
When does it ever like us?
This is fair. Aha!
Yes! Okay, go straight to the end. Oh, never mind, okay. Okay, so in terms of what has been happening...
It looks like Ivan got invaded on, right? Oh no, Ivan's just clear. It's just really...
Ooh, Elwood. Bloody hell.
Elwood, you're by yourself there, mate. You shouldn't be moving up. So in terms,
It is working, though, so we'll take that.
It is.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not going to complain.
just with what I can potentially see.
It's a lot of damage. That being said, the charge is there. Does go off. Jump forward from Josh. Elwood stepping forward to get the concussive blows onto Drigger. First blood goes across the corner. Elwood flashes
Good
away.
flash
Bram's
away.
going to fall as well to Josh, who potentially looking for something in the mid lane, but it's the first couple of very quick kills going down in the bot lane to the side of Frostbite Mayhem. And with that, Root Caller going ever so slightly wide, nothing will happen in the mid lane.
Cliff,
Yes.
your role's being taken.
That's absolutely fine. Luna is a much better player than I am. I am fully accepting of listening to the GOAT herself. Ollie is trading really low. Whoa, that was nice from Lawless.
Remember,
Already-
strong in mid lane.
Yeah, we don't know nothing about this person at this point in time, but I think we're going to know a lot about Lawless afterwards.
Goodbye, Kiz, is first feat of warfare completed for the side of Mayhem. They are not stepping off of the gas today.
1 foot acquired, 1 more to go.
I've never thought about it like that, but I hate it.
What was it? Sorry, I must have missed that completely.
Their feats, it's the feats of strength. He said 1 foot acquired, 1 more to go.
To be honest, yeah. Does that mean that the champions that get it really enjoy feet?
Where's Briar when you need her?
I was going to say,
True. Although, to be fair, I think Briar only likes her own feet.
No, I think Briar has the issue of everybody else likes her feet.
I mean, everyone knows that it's the prime feature of her.
that's a
God.
good one. That was
Oh
a good
dear.
round of applause for that one.
Oh, good lord. I hate everything about it.
Tell you what,
We are-
Bramsh's aggression is getting really punished in this lane. The
Yes.
first 2 kills came over from Bramps aggressing onto this bot lane whilst Corrin was down here. Like he cleared towards the bot side, so going aggressive on that gank timer is a bit rough from Branch. And every trade since, it looks like he's getting punished.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense as well, given it's the Galio. Once you're in, there is no going out again very easily. But Andreas, I have to ask, this bot lane match, was this something you were expecting to see coming into this game? Because I certainly didn't.
Well, I definitely saw the fact that Kaiser and Galio will be the ones to be aggressive. But the thing is because Braum is literally like one of the best anti-engage supports that are out there. I mean, as you saw, Bramps went in, got a double taunt. Braum was able to stop the primary damage from the Kaiser, and then Bramps got down to like a quarter HP because of it. So in terms of my initial thoughts, it's all correct.
Yeah. Fair enough. You can see on the top side, Cnturion looking to take on towards first set of grubs. Meanwhile, Mayhem aggressing towards this dragon. Should just be a trade of objectives and put them both that little bit closer to the feats of strength, allowing themselves the little upgrade on the boots.
Luna, I know we've discussed this a lot before, but I want to get Andreas' opinion on this. When you go for the first trade of neutrals, what do you think's the best?
The
Grubbies
first
or
set of
Drake?
neutrals.
Grubbies or Drake? If you're getting one for the first trade, which one do you prefer?
It's one of those situations where it just depends on the champions. Like, if I'm a Tristana, I want those grubs. Because the damage that I could do on tower, elevated.
Oh!
He's gonna sombrero himself. I hate to cut you off, Andreas, but this may just be another kill in the mid lane. Elwood's here now as well. Rootcaller tags. So does the Winter's Bite, but only tags onto Goob. That was a unfortunate series of events for Kids. Misses the Abscond Abduct. Misses the stolen Shockwave, and then gets pulled back again. Only barely getting out thanks to the safety of the jungler. That could have been disastrous.
Oh, you know, please, please, if something happens, just cut me off. I'm more than happy for you to take over.
Speaking of something happening and getting cut off, Drigger gonna get stunned up by the concussive blows with an explosive charge, ready and waiting. Josh will pick up his second.
And as you can see, Kaiser opening up the emails, most likely telling their friends that she won't make it to that birthday party after all.
Oh, Goob, you're gonna get run down here too.
Certainly is. One more hit on the concussive blows. The stun will go off. Explosive charge, not gonna get fully stacked. As
Daisy!
Daisy is called at the last minute.
They see me rolling for nothing because it was useless.
Oh man, they see me. I'm on now. The kid dad puns coming out.
I can't
Loving
help
it.
it. But yeah, no, as you were saying, when it comes to the neutral objectives, it really depends on the champions. If I'm someone like a Jinx or an Aphelios, I want those dragons because that just means more stats, so I can be a better hyper carry. If I'm someone who is like a Tristana or someone more along those lines, I want those grubs because the amount of damage I can do to towers being elevated, yes please.
Yeah, see, personally, for me, I just generally prefer grubbies over first rate. How much? There's 3 plates now to Lollis, by the way, in this top side.
Yeah, Ollie seemingly can't do jack diddly in this lane.
Do you think he's screaming skull hard enough? Because that's how club players get their get their power, right?
By shouting louder. Are they
Exactly, yeah.
They players like characters from Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
He needs to get the scream going for his power.
In terms of like the actual characters in League of Legends, like Kled has to be one of the best ones. I love hearing his voice lines and stuff.
It's a big CS lead as
Very
well.
big CS, yeah.
Ollie really is struggling in this matchup. Ramsh may be caught here.
Bramsh may be caught here. See a bit of a fight in the mid lane. A good shockwave to pull both back as Bramsh will go down for Josh. 3rd kill on the board for this Tristana. I was a bit impressed to see it initially, but it's definitely paying dividends as Ollie is fighting onto Lawless in the top side. Full stacks of that hemorrhage there, ready and waiting, but fighting under the tower is very hard as Elwood and Corrin are looking to collapse. Elwood goes going to be popped by Lawless. Elwood looking for something as the bandage toss lands. Concussive blows come down, and it is good night, sweet commander, as one of the Triforax falls. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Kiz looking onto Baltox, forcing the flash away. Will be safe for now. Bramsh did come in, as did Goo, but now Elwood is here just to even things up. Concussive blows, one more hit from going down, but the Root Caller stops that from coming in at all. Drigger moving up as well, and it is an all-out brawl in this mid lane.
And that is exactly it.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I think we're about to make the same point. It's the kind of chaotic game that Cnturion won.
That as well, but my main point was that is exactly what I was talking about these AoE ultimates. As we see a fight starting.
That we do. Curse of Samurai tags onto a few, and the first kill will go across to Kiz, but a 4-3-man Curse of the Sad Mummy in return will set Mayhem up for Havoc. Kiz going very low, looking for trading back their life onto Baletox. He's going to be able to do it as Corrin is here as well. Ollis has rejoined the fray, and Ollie is left in a 1 versus 3 with nothing left but blood on his hands.
That Silas healing coming in huge there. Kiz living on like 100 HP twice, and then just getting the Ivan shielding and the heal from his is it his passive that heals him? He survived in that fight for so long.
It's his E, right?
I'm not sure. I'm banned from the champion.
I'm very sure it's his E. Either way,
Which one? Sorry.
Silas.
the ability that heals Silas, I believe it's his
W
E.
Kingslayer.
Oh,
That's it.
yes.
Yeah, I've been permanently banned from playing Silas.
But yeah,
You
no.
want to tell them why?
Do I have to?
Did you do a bad job on him?
I think I was like 0-8 in lane.
Jesus!
Playing Silas support. So guess who had to suffer that?
But going back on topic in this game, a very big reason why Cnturion won that fight was because of Silas being able to get that Amumu ultimate using it on 3 people, getting 1 kill before the Amumu could even use his ultimate. It just completely flipped that fight right into their favor, and it also looks like they're going to be getting the dragon from this as well. Elwood being up a bit too far.
Good glacial fissure into dash away to safety. Should save him for now, unless Josh is caught on the flank here. It is worth mentioning Josh was not at that Herald fight, and he is where a lot of their gold is currently sitting. We don't really want to be fighting without this Tristana. Is possibly looking onto Ollie on the top side. Bramch stepping up aggressively, but Elwood should be perfectly fine with the safety of his AD carry. Fall back into a bit of a lull state, but Cnturion really pulling ahead with these objectives.
Ollie has almost taken that tower topside though. Lotus was gone for so long. He's taken 4 plates from that. The entire time Lotus has been gone.
There was also very good positioning from Bailtrox as well, being just outside of the Darius E, making him believe he could do it. It seems like we're going back to a sort of neutral state now in this game. No neutral minions, no nothing to fight over. Although it is for Yale, the reason, you know, like having nothing to fight over in of itself is a reason to fight.
And it is, we can see Ollie going something in the top lane in the 1 versus 2, jumping onto Goob. In comes the hero's entrance and the teleport, ultimate rather, from the Kai'Sa, as Ollie bit off a little more than he could chew. 1 versus 4 will fall to Kiz's hand, and this top lane tower, not long for this world anymore, will allow the first feat to go across to Cnturion. 1 more objective and it should be theirs as well. In fact, no, I believe they got it already. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, just a dive onto the Darius. You know, as you do. Elwood going very low, going to flash to safety. Josh able to tank up a couple of tower shots and it will trade elsewhere. They did not manage to get all of the second set of grubs, so they are now 1 objective away from those feats of strength, whereas Mayhem sitting 2.
Yeah, 1 foot acquired each.
Where's the third
Striving
foot
to
coming
get that
from,
second.
Clifford? Where's the third foot coming from? A human
Well,
only had 2, and most animals have 4.
Well, each team has 1 foot. Now they're both looking for their second foot now.
I guess you could
That
say
would make
that
it
it's a spider that's been plucked from its legs.
Rest in peace, Elise. That's an unbreakable going somewhere.
I think Braum just really wanted to show the tower his shield. Tower, look at my shield. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, Ollie's done a lot of work on this side lane on these towers. He's going to get run down though.
Yeah, the ghost comes in. See if this fight goes anywhere. Charge used, but the healing coming through is incredible, and the hemorrhage damage is stacking up. Noxian Guillotine is ready, but the apprehend goes wide, and that may just save the war-crazed mind of the Yordle atop a lizard's back. Lawless going to be kicking himself over that one. He's going to look to potentially go for the dive here. All 4 other members towards this mid lane definitely able to do it. The apprehend comes in, the healing comes out, flash forward, but it does not matter as the guillotine finds its mark. The bot lane tower falls as well.
Very aggressive flash forward from Ollie there. I think he was trying to dodge the outside edge of the Darius Q, but the ult coming down just prevents him from actually being able to survive there.
Probably just one of those situations where you just leave the tower entirely.
Yeah, but he probably still gets chased down, right? If he's in melee form. I imagine Darius has higher movement speed. Does have P2 boots.
I think just the hesitation of not walking away was probably it. I could be wrong, but
Good engage from Kiz onto Beltox, forcing that flash away again.
That is one of the big ultimates away from the red side, from Cnturion.
It's the flash gone as Elwood's jumping forwards into the face of the Darius. Concussive blows comes down, but there's no glacial finish just yet. A good curse that Zen Mummy tags onto 2, and the shockwave hits as well. But it does not matter. Elwood and Corrin have already fallen to Bramsh's hand. And with no more frontline, there is no more fight. Kiz looking for the abduct onto Josh, not quite able to find it. And with this Herald up and available, you have to imagine Cnturion are more than happy with this situation.
We spoke about it before the game, Andreas, but this is exactly what Cnturion like to do. They like to cause these chaotic games, and they've been roaming around as 5 for like the last 7 minutes at this point. They just piling on this pressure every chance they can get.
Yeah, they know where the Kled is, they know they have the numbers advantage, and they're using it effectively. You know, the way that Frostbite win these fights is by being 5. They're not 5 and they lose.
Yeah, I think that is showcasing more and more as this game goes deeper. That is feats of strength for the side of Cnturion now as well.
The gold is more or less even by the time that they use this Rift Herald. It will most likely be more or less directly as it is, although it's very even right now, which, in all fairness, probably does still favour Frostbite if they can be 5. If they can be 5, everything is fine. But someone keeps on getting caught out.
Beltox getting tagged by the Apprehend as Bram finds his way onto the backline. The taunting going to land onto 1 and the shockwave is good, but Trigger's come flying into the backline. Exhausted up, Glacial Fissure tags onto 3, but it does not matter as Beltox's life is forfeit. Josh now jumping away from the fight, trying to find any way to survive, but with Daisy coming forwards and Bram's flash taunting a good Apprehend, and the bot lane falls. Cnturion are alive in this game.
Yeah, Mayhem staying a bit too far forward when Corrin was on the Drake, and they're just getting punished for not grouping here.
This should be the clean ace. Ollie, the last one standing with no member of Cnturion falling. The guillotine finds its mark, and the base is going to be broken open. Only 6 seconds left on Beltox. You likely get the inhib and have to leave, but with the bot lane siege coming in, or the top lane siege coming in as well, rather, you can get away with absolute murder in this situation.
I'm honestly very confused as to why the 2 people from Frostbite just sort of allowed that to happen. You know that there are people on the side of Centurions that can hold you down.
Oh, Josh. 3 minutes ago, this game was even.
And there is now a 6,000 gold lead. Honestly, for the last 3 minutes, all Frostbite had to do was not be near the enemy. 3 people die when 2 others are getting the dragon. Those 2 people, for some reason, stay close to the tower that's being destroyed. They get caught out, they die. Braun walks forward, dies on his own, and then Josh, probably thinking he can get a kill, pretty much jumps to his own death.
It felt like a desperation play, really, didn't it?
Yes, then there's no need for those plays at this point in time, especially with the side of team that you have.
Yeah, they really do want to be grouping as 5 and playing around these neutrals as 5, but the game really just starting to snowball away from them now as Cnturion are elevating and extending their lead and forcing this pressure, keeping this game as chaotic as they can, which, as we mentioned, and we'll probably keep harping on about, is the playstyle that they really do, and you know, Bramch, Kiz, and Drigger have been used to doing together for such a long time that they're really accustomed to it at this point.
Sam might be stolen away in the top side, so if a fight starts, who gets that off first, it looks like there might be a bit of progression. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Lawless and Ollie bashing each other's faces in the top side. Corrin's caught a little bit too far forwards. Elwoods gets tagged up by the taunt. And Braum's life should be forfeit. Is Trigger going to pick up that kill? The bot side, Ollie had to use that ultimate to safety. And Lawless just getting to beat on this final standing inhibitor tower. This will leave Mayhem defenseless. Corrin and Josh moving down to try and punish. No banish shots thrown yet, and Atakan being done on the other side. Voracious Atakan, no less. If they want to do something, they have to do it fast.
At this point in time, if you are on the side of Frostbite, you have to start asking yourself, how are we going to get ourselves back in this game? What are we doing wrong?
At this, stepping too far forwards. Ollie taking a big chunk, and Lawless under no worry with that that false life ready and available. You have to worry that if Corrin didn't show up, he was just dead.
It is still 200 gold to the side of Frostbite if they do get it, but it's really worth it.
I don't think so. Not at this point in the game where you can take as many as you kill as a Centurion.
I'd just like to ask our wonderful spectator, could you just flash up the gold so we can take a look at on where these gold leads are right now? That is a gigantic gold lead in the top lane. Oh my god.
Nearly 4,000. That's an item and a half, pretty much.
That is crazy. Lawless has been very impressive this game. This Darius, we thought it would be an okay matchup. Obviously, Ollie's on one of his main champions. He's known for his Kled, but it looks like Lawless had this counter prepared. He knew the matchup. He knew what he was doing. He was really punishing Ollie here. Got that nice early lead, and then started grouping, started showing up with his team, picking up these kills in these fights. I mean, 6-2 and 5 already. The Darius is very strong.
Yeah.
Darius now. Who can stop this Darius right now?
It's very, very hard to think. You do have a lot of CC on the side of Frostbite. If you can hold him down long enough, then he potentially dies. But if you don't do it and he can get that Q off, hit 3 people, he's pretty much back to the 3/4 HP. And then all of that effort to take down 1 person is all for nothing.
And we can see
But
he's
it
just
seems they're going to
drawing
give it a go.
all attention from the team as the charge comes in, and Corrin, Josh, and Beltox follow the Kled into battle. The stun goes down, but a QSS is there to keep him alive. A flash forward from Elwood, but it goes slightly wide. They get the 200 gold. They only blow the ghost off of the Darius, and they have to use charge, Curse of the Sad Mummy, and a couple of flashes just to catch this Darius out. And with a QSS in inventory, this Darius is nigh unkillable.
It just isn't worth it. It just isn't worth it.
Cnturion have been very smart about the way they're taking these towers as well. They've left all of the inhibs up. They're denying, essentially, as much gold as possible as they can from Frostbite. You take these inhibs, an extra minion spawns, there's more XP and there's more gold going over towards the team that has the inhib down. So obviously the earlier you kill the inhib, the more the other team gets to abuse that advantage of having an extra minion coming towards them. Leaving all 3 of the inhibs up, taking everything else and controlling the map state now. They really limit the options for Mayhem to come back into this game.
Very nice hook over the wall.
Certainly is, but everybody else is here, and there's no false life on this Darius anymore. He's shut down by the hand of Beltox, or the ball of Beltox more accurately. And the rest of Cnturion have to run for the hills. The Baron is up and available, and a small reprieve and a little bit of control is handed back to Mayhem.
Darius flying a bit too close to the sun there. Not having that revival, although it's gone from everyone else as well. No ultimates were used either. The Orianna didn't need to use it. The ultimates from Kled and Amumu are back once again. They have this numbers advantage. Are they going to try and do something about it?
I think if you're Frostbite, hopefully you want to catch Cnturion on a bad play. Kid's a bit caught out. He's going to kill Baytrox though.
Not quite, as the Curse of Sad Mummy is incredibly good to keep the mid laner safe. The Abscond Abduct lands, but the Baron has been started on the other side of the map, and with 4 members strong in the bot side, there should be no contest. See everybody moving up bar Beltox, and this Baron, it's not dying very fast at all. 7k, and the charge comes in, and the disengage has to come through. Teleport in on the backside from Beltox, being completely ignored by the side of Cnturion. There is no ultimate. Josh able to get a good bit of damage down, but there's a Darius in your back line. Flash from Branch is good to get the taunt up. 2 members already fallen. The damage dealers for Mayhem are gone with the wind. Ollie doing what he can as Elwood falls. This double kill for Lawless. Now Corrin's left on his own in the middle of 3 and will be the next to go down. Trigger having to take that one for himself, and back to the Baron. The attention of Cnturion goes.
Cnturion played that so well. Lawless in the backline absolutely shredding. Trigger did really well to survive on his backline as well. He was 1v1ing that. The Orianna on the backside did really well to survive that initial burst that came out. And Lawless absolutely destroys Mayhem's backline. This Darius is so strong. We said it a few minutes ago, but oh my gosh. The amount of damage that's coming out of that Darius Q right now is obscene.
I am really confused as to why Centurions didn't try and end. there was only one champion up on the blue side. You still have 4. There was the minion wave that was pretty close into the base of the blue side. I honestly think they could have done that.
Yeah, I guess they just opted for the safer, more standard play, secure the Baron, reset, spend gold, and then press the advantage from there. I guess you can flip the game quite easily if they go for that and they fail it. It gives Frostbite a way to go straight to Baron and then take the Baron for themselves. So maybe this play is safer, which isn't necessarily a Cnturion thing that you'd think they'd do.
Personally, I feel like they could have done it. I also think that is something going to happen?
Charge coming in, looking to run down onto the 3. Goob, the Eye of Mayhem currently. Is taking a lot of damage, but Daisy's keeping Ollie bashed up on the backline. Talk comes in from Bramch, and Elwood is the first to fall. Bramch goes on a rampage. Trigger goes godlike as Elwood falls, and Ollie is now left running for the hills. This Ivern has been untouched the whole game. 0-0, 20. Only 2 kills have gone down without him. And with only 3 members standing, the inhibitors start to fall. Josh doing what he can to this Darius on the bottom side, but 2 inhibs are down and a 3rd one soon to follow. This game, Mayhem are not left long.
Once again, just another sign of desperation. 3 people going on to 4. It is very confusing. It does just feel like Frostbite have just lost their composure.
They have the stolen charge, comes in, a good shockwave, stops the follow-up. Beltox and Josh taunted up by Bramch, the first the first Nexus Tower falls. Corrin gets a 3-man curse of the Sad Mummy, and it looks like there may be some kills coming across. Trigger will go down, as will Bramch, but it does not matter. This Darius is untouched, and as soon as he gets that guillotine stacked, it will come for all. As 1 falls, 2 falls, 1 remains, and it falls as well in a 5-for-2, and the base. Cnturion go to 1-0.
The raid boss Darius showing everyone why he is the best at this point in time. A very easy first game MVP for this Darius, in my opinion.
Goob put up a definite name for himself that game though. 0-0 and 25. 2 kills. The entire game happened without this Ivern, silently supporting the team through everything and anything that happened.
Yeah, that the game really spiraled out of control for Mayhem there. It looked like it was going well, they were going even, and then Cnturion started grouping maybe a bit earlier than you would expect, and Frostbite kept playing into these uneven fights, these uneven trades, and they started just to slip gold and lose fights and lose all of their pressure and then lose all of their towers, and the game just really spiraled from there. I think it was about 17 minutes, the game really opened up for Cnturion.
Yeah, definitely. I also feel like on the side of Frostbite, you just need to take a breather. Just know, hey, we don't have everyone here. Let's not fight. We know people are getting dragon. Okay, let's stay away. Let them come into us. We can get rid of the wave if need be. But don't just walk into them like that. Like, you just have to sort of just relax. Everything's fine. No need to make such desperate plays so early on.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm sure the players need a break after that game, and I would wager that we do too. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back with game 2 very soon.
I've been treading water for some time, picking up the parts of all my lies. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart? Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it?
Trapped inside a dream, could have sworn it used to be our home. Echoes filled the streets, in the crowd feeling all alone. Sat right there, oh so quiet, try to hide it. If a new thought formed, we would swallow it down. Empty stares, never question the illusion. If you play alone, they will leave you to drown. Stand up, 'cause we are who this? I'ma pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' try me, that's real stupid. Go all out, it's all I do, babe. New phone, who this? I'ma pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' try me, that's real stupid. Go all out, it's all I do, babe. Who this? New phone, who this? I'ma pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' try me, that's real stupid. Go all out, it's all I do, babe. New phone, who this? I'ma pull up in a brand new whip. You gon' try me, that's
Welcome back, everybody. Now, we had a bit of a delay between games there due to an issue between the teams. It would seem that Cnturion were not in their voice channel in the VL Discord during that first game, and therefore will forfeit the game, which puts the game in Mayhem's favor. This is in line with previous rulings that the staff team have made within the last couple of splits. So, unfortunately, that is how it works. Mayhem are now leading the series 1-0.
That's so rough for CNT, man. So rough. They played so well in that game. They really depressed their advantages when they got them. So to essentially lose the game on what's the word I'm looking for?
A technicality.
Yeah, technicality, like a bit of slight carelessness. I mean, the Titans almost did it on Monday. Like 2 minutes before the game, we realized that we were in the wrong channel. It's so sad for them.
All it means is they've got to win 2 more games once again.
Yeah, it doesn't put them in too different a position as they would have been if that game had gone Mayhem's way. It's just unfortunate for them. Could be, well, it does mean they could be the first team to win a series 3-0 before playoffs.
Yeah, technically speaking, yeah.
Or the first team to lose a series 1-1.
Yeah. 50-50. That being said, I believe we should be hopping into draft soon-ish? Question mark?
I would join, but this has really got me riled up.
Uh-oh. Hang on. I need to
What am I
switch my
missing?
attention. Scroll up.
What am I missing? I've
For
got
clarity,
Magmar,
for those
Charizard-
at home.
I've got Magmar, Charizard, Moltres, Arcanine, Ninetales, Charmeleon, Vulpix, Charmander, Predator, Growlithe. It's fired something. It's fired nothing. What am I missing? I don't know.
Magmar.
No, you said Magmar was the first one.
It
I
is.
said
Charmander?
Magmar.
Oh.
It was literally our first one.
For
I've already done
Charmeleon?
Charmander.
For those at home, Andreas, between games, because we thought we had a bit of a long delay, was doing the Pokéduel for the day. So we're on Pokemon description at the moment, and it hasn't quite worked up. So, let me have a look at this. The flame chamber inside its body ignites when blank gets agitated, reaching temperatures of up to 1650 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, we're in draft.
And we're in draft, so...
You two focus on that. Give me a second.
Oh no! The stream's gone down! We have to focus on the Pokéduel! It's doomed! Is it Mad Cargo?
No, because that's Generation 2.
It has to be Generation 1 Pokemon for those playing along at home.
Generation 1.
Meanwhile, draft will continue.
Are they going to leave Lawless's Darius up here? The Darius was so good game 1.
If I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
I feel like the Darius might be worth a ban, to be honest. I mean, I assume Ollie probably has an answer to it. The Kled was blind. Did feel like the Darius was the answer to the Kled. Flareon. It's Flareon.
It's Flareon. It's bloody Flareon.
Oh, no wonder. I completely forget that Pokemon exists because it's trash!
There's the Darius ban, okay. And the Kiz Victor locked in immediately.
Makes sense. Very strong on the patch. Very flexible as well. I'm sure Drigger does play it alongside. Steve-O the GOAT? Question mark?
Steve-O's saving Andreas' mental.
Yeah. Claps all around for Steve-O.
No, it wasn't Moltres.
No, he said Flareon before that.
Oh, we did where? Oh, yeah, Flareon, yeah, cool, okay, never mind. Thank you, Steve-O. You've made me remember how that terrible Pokemon. It's not.
Okay, Ziggs and Jarvan going to be the response coming through for Mayhem. Not great into Victor. You put yourself pretty much exactly on Gravity Field's range by Cataclysming.
Yeah, Victor really does like playing into the Jarvan, especially if
I've
Jarvan traps his own
opened it.
teammates in the Cataclysm.
The Ivan's open again!
Who's getting Ivan 2 games in a row? Was it like he was 2 kills off of perfect KP in that last game? I
Yep.
think the
Yes.
2 kills he didn't get were Darius solo kills.
Yep.
Yeah, two KP of 100%. He did fantastic on the champion. Absolutely.
Lawless is picking the Kled now. Wow.
Oh, okay.
The
CMT
gauntlet.
is throwing the gauntlet.
It's okay. All he has to do is just pick Heimerdinger. That's it. Done. Easy peasy. Yordle fight.
No, I reckon we're going to see him pick the Karma, you know? Varus going to be locked in. So you've got the flexibility
Yeah.
between this Ziggs and the Varus. Both could go mid, both could go bot. Honestly, the Varus could even go top lane.
Yeah,
So
the Varus could go top lane. I don't think Varus is good into Kled though, right?
nope. You have no way of
No,
escaping him.
absolutely not.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say, surely you just get run down in that lane.
Does leave Drigger and Bramsh still yet to pick their champions, however.
Getting rid of misfortune. Interesting.
See what the following bans are. Of course, there is every chance in the world this is Kled's support. This is Bramsh we're talking about.
Very true.
Oh god, I didn't consider that.
Yep, Bramsh will play anything and everything in the bot lane as long as it has some form of CC. And even then, even if it doesn't.
If he pulls Kled support, that's psychotic. I'm sorry.
Bramsh is psychotic. He plays Belveth
I-
support.
I know, but Kled support it's just no. Please, Bramsh, don't do it.
Bramsh is the Joker of Valanth. Chaos is what he lives for.
Does pair well with the Chaos Storm, to be fair.
Exactly.
It's not the Chaos Storm anymore, it's the Arcane Storm.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yep. It's the
Well,
only one of his ability names that got changed.
The
Well, we're in-
Arcane Storm.
Can we ban Riot from changing names? Because I can't keep up. I'm too old for this. How am I supposed to remember all of these names if they keep changing them? I can't even remember champion names. I still confuse Kane and Viego.
Yes, you still can't remember your own name. As the Kennen gets locked in here for, I would assume, Ollie. Not a champion we see very much anymore. What used to be much better as Isaiah Hover comes in for Drigger. And if this gets locked in, I have to say, I'm not a big fan of it into double poke plus Jarvan Kennen.
Yeah, it's not very good. You do need some sort. I will say you do need some sort of engage with the Sire. Whilst the Sire Rakan is decent, I as a good Sire player myself, I very much prefer someone like a Thresh, someone like a Nautilus, who has multiple ways to lock someone down, so you can absolutely guarantee the Feather Call coming back and being able to root as well.
Oh, Steve has just made me absolute spit take.
The
Galio works
Galio
fine as
gets
well.
locked in once again for Bramsh.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. We'll
It could
see
still
what
be Kled
Elwood.
support.
Yeah, I'm
Could
going to
still be.
tell myself it isn't. Renata locked in for Elwood, as we should now see the final iterations of these comps truly start to come together. It will just be the standard that everybody expects. Ziggs mid, Varus bot, and Victor mid, Kled top.
If they can get it going. Yeah, if they can get it going, Mayhem have a really nice comp.
I
But
was about to say, once again, for the side of Mayhem, they do have quite a few AoE ultimates. You have the fantastic Renata ultimate, especially if you can get them all locked up with the Jarvan, with the Kennen. Makes it very easy for the Renata to get her things off. Varus can also lock people down as well. Makes it very easy for the Ziggs to get his ultimate off. There's a lot of good synergy in the ultimates.
it's again, is Lawless gonna, almost? I don't want to be too mean to Ollie, but hands diff Ollie a little bit in this top side. It kind of felt like the pressure that they got through Lawless early is what really opened up the map for them, enabled him to be able to leave that lane. And Kennen doesn't have a fantastic early game. He is good into the melees, but Kled can get on you quite easily. So he
That being said,
does need to
as
be careful of
well,
his spacing.
we did see last game one of the biggest struggles for Mayhem was trying to match in an all-out 5-on-5, and that is all their composition can do this game. They have a very big wombo with their ultimates in a 5 versus 5, but a lot of the time they were missing a member or two whenever they looked to take these fights. So if Cnturion can still find those angles to fight with a man advantage, they will just run away with this game and take the series to an even tie.
And if Kled ever gets onto that backline as well, who stops them? Because Jarvan has to go forward in these fights.
Kennen has to
Cannon's
go
going to want to
forward.
go forward in these fights. Is Renata going to be able to stop a Kled? I don't think so.
I guess it's the only one, but she won't be able to stop him for long.
Yeah, you kind of rely on the safety of satchel charge, chain of corruption, handshake to keep your carries alive from this Kled. That being said, that is a lot of long cooldowns to burn. And if
It's
you
a
layer them
speedy boy as
incorrectly,
well.
yeah. Thankfully, the ultimate can be blocked by Jarvan Kennen, and the dash 9 times out of 10 is going to tag onto one of those as well. So you do
I
have that going for you at the very least.
I do feel like if Dranza had picked a different ADC, like someone more like a Caitlyn or something like that, it'd be a much better comp overall. Because I just feel like Saya won't really be able to get that range that she really wants to be able to actually be effective in fights.
So, while I would usually agree with you, the last time I saw Drigger pick Xayah was Split 2 finals in Division 2 last year, and he picked it into Kiz and Bramsh. It was nice arc up against Flip at the time, and I said at the time, Xayah here is really, really bloody bad. You're into full poke. You don't get to play the game. Drigger went around on to 2v8 that game alongside Cat. So, you know what? I've seen Drigger do it before. I'm not going to be completely out of faith, but I do agree, really not the best angle for Xayah in this game in particular, although it does completely cuck what Jarvan Kennen want to be doing, because you can't jump on the Victor, and you're not going to be able to get to the Xayah.
Yeah, that is the only thing I can see that's possibly the reason why they picked it in the first place. Because Xayah does have probably one of the safest ultimates in the game. Although if she gets caught in the Jarvan pit, I don't believe the ultimate allows you to leave.
No,
You're forced to
does
stay
not.
in. You have to flash out.
Yeah.
But you are very happy to take that close quarters fight because you can flash out after you get the root or the blade caller off, and you've rooted everybody in there with you, guaranteed.
Yes, but again, there's ifs and buts in that situation. You have to have flash. You have to have your ultimate for that to be a thing.
Well, time will tell, as we are onto the Rift for game number 1. No start of the game pauses, or game number 2, sorry. No start of the game pauses this time round.
No
We had a
rush.
big enough pause in between these games, so I
Yeah,
think
this is
everyone's
true.
okay.
That being said, we are going to see a bit of a stack-up cover here from the side of Cnturion.
Maybe they've
Let's up
scouted
top side.
there's a Raptor ward coming and they want to catch that.
It's a possibility, although if there was a Raptor ward coming, you normally have Elwood do it and not Josh, so not looking the most likely in this situation.
Elwood
We
is
see pings
walking up.
coming down. We can see pings coming down from the side of Mayhem. We'll see. Does look like the bot lane are going to look to walk in to get a ward down. Corin and Josh hit a hover Elwood. A good scouting of the bush, but the taunt lands onto 2. The root comes down onto Corin. A little bit more damage would do it. Ignite goes down, Flash is burnt. Both Bramsh and Corin go low, but both get away with their lives.
I think CNT take that trade. This Ignite for Flash trade is very worth for them. They definitely scouted that Raptor ward. They knew that Mayhem wanted to go for that one. Punish them accordingly, and Jarvan hasn't even started a camp yet.
He's
Even worse,
also
he's
very
starting
low.
Wolves.
He's very low. He hasn't gone back or anything.
Smite the first camp early too. Looks like he'll live this though.
Certainly will.
Junglers.
Yeah. Just junglers.
Do you remember when there was more threat in your jungle clear?
Yeah, when your bot side or top side had to actually come help you with that first camp, just because it would have done way too much damage to you if you had done it by yourself.
If it was old League of Legends, if they were old jungle camps, Corrin would be screwed this game.
He would be dead.
Dead on the spot. Although Jarvan was one of the champions that could quite comfortably take his first buff without a leash, and was for a long time. Just not from that health.
No, yeah, not from that health.
It's because, you know, by his will, that camp will be finished.
That being said, it is Comet Varus and Spellbook Kennen, so it's going to be a bit more of a poke-oriented game as Kid's going very aggressively onto Beltox here. Death rate up again here in a couple of seconds. Is just going to back off prematurely, though, not going to risk taking the dive or trying to blow the flash just yet. Beltox stepping back up to take a lot of damage, meanwhile Bramch in the bot lane going to land the taunt onto 2. Josh trying to trade back as best he can, but taking a lot of free autos from Drigger. Elwood, however, drops the exhaust and the flash away from the Xayah. Is solid. Bramch now caught in a rock and a hard place, goes back in, finds the knock-up onto Josh. The barrier gets popped. That is both the safety summoners down from the AD carries. Barrier still up for Xayah, flash still up for Varus, and with blinking health bars on both of them, you have to imagine a kill is anything but close.
Bramch is just non-stop with these engages. He's finding so many... Yeah, he's finding so many trades early, and it just feels really aggressive to play against this Galio for them right now.
So much damage going down as well from this Varus run after duo.
Bramch is the epitome of men go in.
Yeah. We go in. I'm going to be able to get the wave to crash as Elwood just making sure it shepherds under the tower. Seems like Josh wants to take a reset, but going to stay to support his support. Quite have the mana to try and get the execute off.
I will say Elwood's Renata is really good. It's definitely one of his better supports out there. If Frostbite do win this, you know, there is no guarantee, but if they do win it, it is most likely going to be down to just how well Elwood can do, and I would not be surprised if in the third game... Is there a kill?
There is! First blood going across to the side of Mayhem in the 2 vs 2 kill onto Drigger. We've been here before, friends, and it didn't end very well for Mayhem.
It was such a good handshake by Elwood, pulling Trigger forward there. Trigger caught in no man's land, no flash, he has to blow the barrier, and it's just not enough.
And you have seen it here first, folks. As it turns out, a bow is better than some feathers.
Don't say that, Luna will get sad.
Yeah. We see potential gank in the mid lane as Corrin is looking, doesn't quite find the flag and drag onto Kiz. Beltox now running away from Goob. The root caller should be up again here very soon, but the wave should play to body block as there's a bit of trading in the top lane. Lawless going quite low. Doesn't have Skarl just yet, does manage to find the last auto to remount. Ollie doing a lot of work though, already basically forcing Skarl away. And with that, Lawless has to back off as well.
I did have a very quick look at the counters for Kled around the Emerald position, and Kennen has like a 65% win rate. It's insane.
Oh!
But
Doesn't matter when you've got the hyperactive auto attacks coming through from the mounted, not even mounted, just the W passive in general. Ollie getting absolutely cut to smithereens by the press the attack proc there.
I'm very sorry, Ollie. I might have cursed you there.
That was cast
a curse.
for sure.
Yeah. But again, you know, when someone knows their champion inside and out, you can just tell.
Yeah, Lawless has been very impressive these you know, so far in this game and in game one. He's looking like a potential to be one of the better top laners in the division right now.
I mean, Ollie was one of the better, if not, you know, the best top laner in the last split. Of course, you know, that depends on if you count the finals and whatnot, because if you do count finals, my top laner was the best. But just Josh, not Josh, sorry, Ollie, you know, losing as much as he is a sort of big wake-up call. It has to be for him.
Yeah, you would imagine so. Sitting comfortably in that last split, as you mentioned, quite comfortably atop the table as, I think, by quite popular vote, the best top laner in the league. To now be struggling 2 games back-to-back this week. Did have a solid week last week from memory, but is really struggling here in this series today.
I was the 5th best.
Oh
Bit of
no,
a trade
Ollie.
on top side as the Slicing Maelstrom has to go down. The Ghost has been popped thanks to that unsealed spellbook, but there's just no damage to be had. Only sitting on this Dark Steel for AP. There's no way to take the fight. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Bramch once again going incredibly aggressive. Corrin is in the area, so a dive could be on the cards for this bot lane. No sixes attained yet, as the wave just kind of vanishes. Good auto trading from Josh to just force Xayah out. So much damage from the Blight.
I believe that was also the W active as well.
I believe it was,
It
yeah.
had to have been.
It must have been. There's no way you take that much damage to 2
There's
stacks
no
of
way.
Blight. There's absolutely no way.
But this is a very interesting game, having both sides of the map be complete opposites of each other.
Yeah.
The bot side, down in bot for the red side, really getting ahead, whilst for the blue side, it's up on top where there's the advantage. And
Certainly
mid
is.
lane is just, having
Yeah.
a little handshake for now.
I think you also have to look at it. There's an advantage in the jungle as well, just based on the fact that Ivan likes the less impactful early games as a jungler, whereas Jarvan really wants to be getting stuff done, and Corrin just hasn't been able to find anything. Obviously, he got put behind on that first clear, but he opted to path towards bot side, so Wolves, then the blue, then the frog guy, whose name I've forgotten.
Gromp.
That's the one. Frogman, I prefer. And he looked for the bot lane gank, but he couldn't find anything, so he went behind on tempo there, was behind on the tempo because he was already down in health. And it's a state of the game that Ivan does really enjoy.
It's also worth mentioning that look at how far Drigger is forced away from his wave in the bot lane here. It's absolutely forced under his tower just because he can't see Elwood. And we know that the Xayah Varus matchup is already a difficult one. Even on hit Varus is a counter to Xayah because you outrange her, and she absolutely hates being outranged. The poke Varus completely outranges her. She does not get to play the game, and I think Drigger is experiencing the back end of that in this game.
Yeah, it's one of those unfortunate situations where you just have to accept that in the early game you lose, but you don't want to give too much early on, because if you let that advantage for the opponent get too much, then there's absolutely no way you can do anything in the game. You have to at least try and find a way to make sure that you can still be of some worth.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like Corrin looking for Kiz. The flash, flag, and drag doesn't quite land, but Cataclysm is there, and as the Arcane Storm comes down, it just is not enough as Goob is in the top lane, looking onto Ollie, and it will just be the solo kill for this Ivan. Lawless trying to commit the flash to get an assist or something there, not quite able to find it.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate blowing the flash top side, but both junglers managing to find some impact now 10 minutes into the game. So, game will be starting to open up, and I think Corrin's going to appreciate picking up that goal. It's going to really pull him back into the game, and hopefully for him he can find some more impact. But that's 3 plates down to Lawless already again.
Teleport from
Both
Ollie is
sides
gone.
also need just 1 kill as well.
Yep, Goob was still hanging around this top side, so Ollie teleporting back in could be punished for his transgressions. If Lawless can remount, a dive is absolutely on the cards with this Ivan in the area. We'll see if they decide to do anything with it. It looks like it is unlikely. Lawless able to get the remount off. Ollie's going to do what he can to hold the wave. Engage comes in from the Kled. The pullback is there. A good bit of damage coming down as the exhaust is popped. Ollie is looking. Slicing Maelstrom comes in. Corrin has arrived. Dismounted goes Lawless. The best bear trap on a rope goes off, but it doesn't quite get the kill. And with that, the first feat of warfare will go across to Mayhem.
That's probably the closest you can get to having both sides have the potential on getting that final 3rd kill.
Trades on the top side. Oh, the
It's Drigger able to get a kill onto Varus on the opposite side of the map as Kiz is just being collapsed on Bramch. Going to drop the ultimate. Is going to get the knock up onto 2. Beltox going to get caught up. Hostile takeover doesn't quite tag onto anybody meaningful. Elwood doing what he can to get out, but the root caller lands. Lawless is here. Beltox should fall to the wayside here, as will Elwood. And what looked like a good start of the game for the side of Mayhem has just been evened up with a nice little umbrella and served back to them by Cnturion.
a lot of plays happening around the place, you know, come bot side, you know. I mean, the Sire must have known that the Varus did not have ultimate, did not have flash. It was in her favor to be able to get these kills, or at least that kill, and that's exactly what happened. You know, put the Varus in a situation where there's absolutely nowhere that he can go, and then bosh, down he goes.
We also have Centurion now, one neutral objective away from acquiring feats as well, so they're in such a commanding position here, and Lawless is destroying these towers and Ollie right now, oh my god.
Certainly is. That Eclipse already completed makes this Kled so incredibly strong. The charge comes in, Ollie has the flash, Kiz has arrived as well, and a dive is very much on the cards. Beltox doing what he can onto this bot lane tower as the Dragon goes across to the side of Mayhem. It is 2 objectives apiece, but if this tower falls, feats get got. Goob finds onto Ollie. No Daisy available, but it may not matter. Goob is on a warpath here. The flash forwards is just going to give his life up to the Kennen. Will trade, but that is not worth it.
Trading 1 for 1 there, not ideal. Gold onto the cannon is not something you really want to deal with, is it?
But they do get the tower. There's a chance that they can get some chunks in this as well, as the fight bot lane is happening, but it seems nothing is going to come from that.
Centurion really do like to accelerate these games, don't they? Just all of a sudden, they just start grouping 3 or 4 in mid. You don't expect the numbers, but I feel like after game 1, Frostbite Mayhem should have really wised up to the fact that Centurion are going to try and force these numbers. They're going to try and force these exchanges, push any leads that they can get. They've got the Galio to answer as well as the semi-global ability on the ultimate, so Bramch can just answer at a moment's notice. He's going to look for an engage here.
He is. Hostile takeover, not going to tag onto Drigger. Exhaust comes down, but there's no way to get into the tower. The Root Caller comes, the Blade Caller comes in onto Josh. Not going to do a huge amount of damage, but it does stop the dive dead in its tracks as Goob has arrived. Baletox is here as well. Catch onto Elwood. The flash away means that the knockup's going to tag onto Josh. The taunt gets them both. Elwood's going to go down. Josh is the next on the list. And with 4 members strong, it doesn't matter. Hostile takeover. Bailout isn't going to do anything. And Kiz doesn't even have to be there. It's a double kill for Drigger. And nothing Mayhem can do.
Kiz so confident that his team are going to pick up the kills up. They're still fighting, and my man turns around and goes back to mid. He does not care. He wants that CS. He knows his team are picking up these kills. And Centurion being so aggressive, finding these gold advantages, finding these leads, finding the number advantages. They've got the feats of strength. The only thing really going against them this game right now is the dragon stacking, but I think you give up 2 dragons to have the advantage you have right now if you're Centurion. I mean, the gold lead isn't too big.
Oh, they're just dead!
Amazing. Centurion are pushing it. They're really good at this. They're really good at finding these picks and these kills and these number advantages. Mayhem just don't seem like an answer.
I really just don't know what to say at this point in time. You know things are, at this point, struggling a little bit. Why are you in the enemy jungle?
That wasn't the enemy jungle. That was their jungle.
It does feel like enemy jungle though, doesn't it?
It really does feel like it. I guess it's the case of there was no vision. Why are you walking into a place with no vision when you know that there's enemies around? That's a better statement.
Yeah.
10 kills to 4, 3,000 gold in the lead. Centurion have done a beautiful job of turning this game back on its head.
I've just noticed something very surprising. Bramch hasn't died yet.
Oh my god. Perhaps
And Goob has. Goob's perfect scoreline from last game has been ruined.
Goob's inning. FF.
This is the wrong way around, guys. This is the wrong way round.
Bram's just supposed to be the one dying.
He is still only 2 kills off of 100% KP though, so we're keeping that tradition alive.
Yeah, at least something is. But honestly, if this was the actual Centurion game, Frostbite would still have 4 kills, but they'd all be on Bramch.
True. True. Check man's PC.
He's evolving.
Lawless caught in the enemy jungle. See if anything comes of it. Should just be able to walk away though. Kled, definitely a happy champion as they're going to walk face first into Corrin. Flag and Drag comes in, charge gets blocked, Cataclysm comes in, Flash is blowing better up on a rope, pulls Corrin closer, but Veltox and Elwood can get nowhere near. This Kled's just able to walk away while Kiz, with attention drawn to the bot side, is just going to keep pushing in this mid lane. The Herald has been dropped, and with that, once again, 17 minutes into the game, Mayhem's base is going to be blown to bits.
Oh, Drift King.
Never mind. I set it up perfectly, and instead Goop goes and drives it into top lane wall. Where do I speak?
Maybe
Now
he's just a fan of Oasis or something.
Ram.
Maybe
Oh,
that's
what's
one of
all?
them.
Able to find the taunt onto 3. The Herald misses everybody once again, but it doesn't matter as Dranza, Drigger, goes on that rampage, killing off Elwood. Goop going very low, going to drop the redemption for himself as Daisy just plays to keep everybody else out. The Herald still getting whatever can it done. Beltox trying to catch onto Lawless in the bot lane, but it might not matter. 4 members strong in this top side. Kled bashing onto Beltox here. Good flash away stops the
Get
remount.
the remount.
A little bit more damage. The remount comes in. Not quite there.
Man, it's 5 towers to none already. 5k gold lead.
What grubs do.
Yeah, Grubbies is just so important, man.
Yeah, if you see the difference between last game and this game, around this sort of point in time, you know, things were still level, but now it's a just over a 5,000 gold lead for the side of Centurion.
It does feel
It's
like they
so hard
have
to come back
Mayhem's
from this.
number. It
Yeah.
really feels like they understand how Mayhem want to play the game. They know their style, and they play to create the chaos. They play to create pressure, and they're just so good at doing it. And Mayhem just can't adapt.
Yeah, I mean, there is always one downside to having the same team for a very long time, is if you do not adapt your style, people are going to know what you want to do. And we can see that that's what's happening here.
It certainly is. We see Branch able to get the first kill of this fight onto Josh. Corrin stuck in the middle of 4 will fall as well. Elwood being ran down by the support. Ollie doing what he can to keep him safe. Knock up lands. The taunt will tag onto both. Drigger will go unstoppable, and Kiz will pick up the third on a killing spree. Beltox, the last one standing at this bot lane tier 2, not long for this world.
I think we should shout out Centurion for not being in their voice channel so that we can get a third game. Because otherwise this would have been a quick, clean 2-0 from them right now.
They just wanted to spice up a little bit, you know?
First game's always for content, as they say.
Exactly.
What makes this even more interesting is the fact that Division 2 is split into 2 groups. So this isn't even... Yeah, like, this isn't even us seeing Mayhem against what could be the best Division 2 has to offer, as Josh walks straight into the middle of 4, gets stunned up by the gravity field, and should fall here. Never mind, Drigger not able to get the kill off. There it is. Forced the Feather Storm, but is able to trade or get the kill without trading in the end. But this may not even be the best that Division 2 has. There is a whole another group going that we will see clash when playoffs come around, as this is the first dragon of the game for Centurion. They are leaps and bounds ahead of the opponent.
Just by looking at this game, I really wish I was playing in this Division 2.
I don't. This looks so frustrating to play against. I do not want to play against this kind of stuff. Anybody in Div 4, please don't do this to me. Just stay in your lane. Don't come to me. I don't want to have to deal with 4 people in my lane all the time.
Do it. Go into his lane.
No. My own jungler doesn't come to my lane.
Are you
But do
rooting against Frostbite in Division 4, Andreas?
No, I just want, I just
Or
want
Cliff
some
to
fun.
suffer. Just want
Yeah,
Cliff
exactly.
to suffer.
Just Cliff to suffer.
Just rooting against me.
Yeah, exactly.
He
I
watched
want him to fall off the cliff, as Cliffs of Dover is playing.
I can see. I can get behind that, but that's because he abandoned me to go and play Division 4.
Fair enough.
I'm just going back home, guys. It's fine. I'm where I belong. With the noobs.
Bullying people who are new to the game, as Approach Velocity's first video put it.
Oh, I got targeted. I don't have fingers. That's so mean. I'm playing with just palms over here.
I do have a question though. If it's in the middle of a game and you specifically pause it, does that mean that we're left on a cliffhanger?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a very good one. You're on fire today.
I do what I can.
You're pulling out the good ones today.
People love me or hate me for the puns. Maybe that's a reason why I'm just a sub and not on an actual team.
Got me, Lord Andreas, with us.
Yes, the saltiest player in Valanth history. 5th best ADC, but for some reason MVP at the same time. I still don't get it. But we do see blue side starting up at a cone. I forgot his name for half a second there.
Kiz is just dead.
905 getting caught out. Trying to get away using his teleport, but doing it just a tad too late. However, blue side still get at a can. It's still very much in their favour. It's the voracious one once again.
Oh no, Elwood.
Elwood gonna get caught out by that root caller. Should just fall here. Bram's gonna go on a killing spree with that one. 3-0 and 9 on this Galio.
Would not have been there.
Jesus.
Harold's getting upset with you, Andreas. He wants you to save some for tomorrow.
Save some for tomorrow. It's
Charge
okay,
comes
Harold,
in
I've got plenty.
onto Josh. Redemption comes down just to make sure that the entire team is as high health as they can be. And with that, the base is broken open again. 2 inhibitors open and a wave coming in on the top side.
Not going for the inhibitors once again.
Really
I mean, they don't need to.
It's
Good
very
root
smart
caller
play.
lands once again onto Elwood as Bramps just goes miles forwards. 3 members strong in this top side.
So
This
nothing
game is on a
surprising
knife's
there.
edge at this point. Corrin flying forwards, looking for something. Root caller lands, feathers come back, and he's just blown to bits. Drinker goes godlike. Lawless is on the back line, trying to find a way onto Ollie. Goes up the tower, not able to find it. Bramch comes in with a hero's entrance under the tower, does get handshook, but gets handshook further forward, so the taunt lands onto Elwood. A lot of damage coming down. Withdraw procced for Goo and Bramch. False Life was used by the 2 of them. Drigger still stands up against this Ziggs. Kiz is still in the bot lane. Lawless is still in the mid lane. They have every opportunity to still break this base open.
What can I say, really? You know, Lawless is just showing his polish in these games. You know, showing why he's one of, you know, probably, if not the best top laner at this point in time. At least in terms of this side of the group stage.
Goob is also having another really great game. He's only 3 kills off of 100% KP.
That is also what happens when you give someone probably like their best champion
2
once
games back to
again.
back.
Yeah.
See, I remember
Ivern is
Goob
a
as a,
problem.
I remember Goob as a Vladimir, not a Vladimir, a Victor one trick. That's my Goob. That's how I remember him.
Was he
When he-
victorious when he was playing Victor?
Oh no, not at all.
Hashtag not my Goo. As a pause comes in from Cnturion, it looks like. Find out just what the issue is very shortly.
Whilst this is happening, can we just see the goal difference for all of the players? Can we?
I'm not sure if we can switch it in a
I
pause.
believe you can.
Spectator want me to find out? No. That's
No.
a no.
That is a no.
Let's say jungle bug. I believe it does. That is the reason for the pause.
I mean, there's plenty of bugs in the jungle. What's the point in pausing it for that? What are there? Spiders, ants, crickets.
Jesus. I didn't know where you were going with that at first.
So, in terms of this game at this point in time, 7,000 gold lead at 25 minutes. It's in Centurion's hands to lose at this point in time. I honestly just do not see how you can make such a mistake as to where you lose this.
Yeah, it feels insurmountable, right?
Yes. You know, you have all of this pressure on all 3 lanes. There's Baron that's up, there's Dragon that's coming up very shortly as well.
But you guys are getting one very important thing in this scenario. Something known as the Bramch effect.
Oh, that's true.
Still
yeah.
hasn't died though.
Yeah, he's not died.
That's
I
why the Bramsh effect is still very much possible. Normally, it
Are we
happens
sure
in the early
this is
game.
Bramsh
It's
playing?
not happened in the early game.
That's a good point. Can somebody check this man's PC? Is this actually
Yes.
Bram?
Did they get reckless?
Did they sub someone in? There's no way we're 25 minutes into a game and Bramsh
And he hasn't died once.
We're in the pause after the pause. Hopefully this doesn't break the spectator again.
Okay.
Oh yes, let's go.
Baron being started up by Mayhem, using the time, knowing the opponent are taking their second dragon to try and get themselves some kind of lead, will get caught out by Bramch as he steps down here into the river. It doesn't look like there's going to be any way to stop them, as Bramch is actually kind of just getting walked up for free. The Chain of Corruption had to be used to keep him in place. As the Baron goes down, the dragon goes down, the collapse comes in, Bramch doing everything he can to keep them busy. Corrin going to get caught out on the backside. The route coming through onto 2 as Elwood should be next on the list as the Arcane Storm ticks down for that one. And Josh goes down as well. You lose 3 members and the dragon for the Baron, and they could just end the game now. Lawless TPing into the base. It's just Beltox and Ollie left to try and defend. And this Gled is so incredibly hard to kill. So much damage coming down. He's going to get dismounted, but Drigger and Kids are here. First inhib will go down, and the second should be soon to follow. Still 20-second death timers on this Varus. Sub 10 seconds on everybody else. They can at least get all 3 inhibs. Never mind, they're being forced away on this top side. 2 inhibs down. Lawless very, very low. Bramps and Drigger having to be on the retreat as well. He's leaving through that bottom side jungle. 2 inhibitors plus the dragon and 3 very quick kills for Cnturion. Keeps their lead. Oh, Drigger gonna look onto Ollie as the exhaust comes down from the spellbook, but it's so much damage into the Featherstorm to dodge away from the slicing Maelstrom, and a good Blade Caller will just mean death for the top laner as Goob is caught out in the jungle. Josh here going to try and get the snipe onto Drigger. Will find it a beautiful shot coming through from Josh to secure that shutdown for himself.
The tip of that arrow just grazing Sire's butt.
I mean, with the shutdowns, they've pulled the gold back a little bit, but
A little bit, yes, but the amount of pressure that, that Centurions have, I think they're fine with this.
Yeah, I agree. 2 inhibs down. If they want, they could just 5-man top, play it really slow, take that last inhib. They're pinging that last inhib now. So I think that's the plan. The plan is to go position themselves on that top side and just let minions do the work in the other 2 lanes.
I think they're still going to have Lawless on that bot side, just to try and draw pressure away from the top side. And I mean, we've been seeing Lawless to just be an absolute smooth operator on its Cled, you know, gliding scarred about like it's some sort of race car.
Also, I do just want to point out that we cannot say Bramsh has not died. He did lose his false life.
No, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
That's like losing your GA. That doesn't
Is
count.
Is there a 1 in that death area?
Yeah, Luna answered
There
the
isn't.
question. Do you see a 1 there? I don't see a 1 there.
I don't see a 1 there either.
That is a deathless branch.
Well, don't jinx it now.
Nah, jinx it. It's a deathless Bramsh.
Bramsh, you better dive that fountain at the end of the game. I don't want to be seeing a 0 in your scoreline.
Speaking of zeros and scorelines, there's going to be 0 inhibitors left in Mayhem's scoreline if Cnturion keep getting their way. Able to step aggressively up towards this inhibitor. It should fall here in just a second, and with 2 super minions in every lane and very little wave clear, this could be the final nail in Mayhem's coffin. Elwood flashing forward to try and find the handshake is not going to find it. Hostile takeover only tags onto Bramch, and Drigger's fast enough to run away. Corrin finds a way in onto Kiz, and Josh is able to blow him up. The Arcane Storm is ticking down. This Jarvan taking so much damage. The storm blown by Drigger. Corrin's able to get away. Elwood doing what he can. Josh getting a lot of damage down. Bramch will be next to fall to Baletox. There is no 0 left in that scoreline, but Lawless able to do what he wants on the bottom side of the map. Ollie doing what he can. The stun comes up under the tower. A little bit more damage. All it takes, and a shutdown goes across to the cannon as well. Mayhem are back and alive with the sound of war.
What once was a 7,000 gold lead is now only 2,000. I feel like Centurions just got a bit too ahead of themselves. They didn't have everyone there ready and waiting. And especially with probably your most fed champion at this point in time being that Kled not with you, that's so much gold that's just not there.
Kiz instantly dying at the start of it as well. You know, obviously the storm went down early and it almost takes Corrin out, but Kiz's quick death, they managed to pick him off at the beginning of it, and it allowed them to chase down, pick up Bramsh's shutdown as well. All these shutdowns have started to pile up to the point where now Cnturion don't have any shutdowns on them, and like you said, that gold lead has been whittled down.
You had one job, Branch.
Elwood taking so much damage on the initial engage.
That could be it.
It will be the dragon if nothing else. Lawless TPing into the base. Ollie going back to defend and Corrin on a flank.
It's 3 supers here.
Everybody else is moving in. 4 members strong for the side of Mayhem, but Cnturion are not that far away. The charge is used out of the base, and the dragon should now be back in the eyes of Cnturion. Their 3rd Hextech dragon. That's a lot of ability haste and a lot of attack speed. We'll see if they opt to just go for it. It looks like they will, as Bramsh and Lawless keep the waves and keep the pressure mounting.
If they can.
Baron's coming up soon as well.
Baron's coming up soon. And if they can get this soul for this dragon, it'll be insane for that team. Being able to pretty much outpoke the enemy with it.
Who are playing a poke comp, mind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we did see in that top lane fight where it was 4-4, the Xayah couldn't do anything. The Xayah could not get in. The Six and the Varus just making sure that Xayah was away, was getting damage, died in the end. Just even had to use the ultimate for next to no reason, just try and stay alive for that little bit longer.
Cnturion looking for the bait, but I don't think they realise that there's a ward on the Baron.
Elwood going to step in and get blown up, but a good hostile takeover lands on a 4, and an even better Mega Inferno Bomb lands onto 4, but it does not matter. Corrin's getting railed on the backside. Beltox is able to find Goob as a return, and Josh still got a lot of range left in him. Slicing Maelstrom still up as well. If they can find a way to re-engage this fight, it would be huge for Mayhem. A beautiful catch onto Elwood. We praised Elwood's Renato at the start of this game. Now 0-8-3.
Oof. Although, if it wasn't for Elwood getting that ultimate off, I do not think...
Oh yeah, that fight's over before it starts.
Yes, exactly, yes. Elwood still being able to get that ultimate off, allowing the Varus to get his ultimate off, Ziggs getting his one off. That's a lot of damage, completely stopping Cnturion in their tracks.
I don't want to jinx it, but I think this might be the first time all season that I see a Nexus tower revive. Surely the cooldown on that tower, it's got to be soon, right?
It's got to be
5-minute
yes.
timer.
Also, I will say at this point in time, Frostbite do have the gold lead.
They do. Wow, yeah, they pulled it back. 1k up now.
That's what 3 lanes of supers do.
At this point in time now, all it takes is one mistake from either side, and then that could just be game.
This is true. It absolutely could be. We can see Mayhem being forced out of the river. Lawless looking for a way into the enemy base on the bottom side. Will get caught on a ward walking in.
The ADC and mid for Frostbite having most gold.
You can see the split calling. They're saying to just give the inhibitor. There's no wave. They want to look to try and contest this Baron, and that is exactly where they are going. Cnturion are scattering. Ollie is in the bot side to match Lawless, but a second inhibitor has fallen as the top side one respawns. So there's still some mounting pressure.
They've got the ideal inhib down though, Cnturion. If you are going to have one inhib down when Baron's up, you want to have that bot lane inhib down. It's going to create pressure on the opposite side of the map, but you force somebody to have to answer it. I mean, Beltox still has his TP up, but you really want Ziggs there in case they do start the Baron.
Absolutely do.
Right now, it's just a stalemate at this point in time. No team really wanting to do much to Oh, as I say that.
Face first into Goob. They find a good bit of damage, but the Mega Inferno Bomb goes wide. Branch should fall here as Ollie finds that. Hostile takeover tags onto the Ivern, and that should be death for the Tree Man as well. But the Arcane Storm is rinsing the bot lane as Trigger picks up a double kill onto them. Corrin now being ran down. Arcane Storm is still ticking. Kiz still in the fight. Corrin will fall. Charge comes in onto Beltox. Ollie finds a beautiful slicing Maelstrom to kill Trigger, but Lawless is able to find Beltox on the backside. Ollie now on the run, able to find another onto Beltox. It is a battle of the top laners, and you have to think this favors the Kled so much more health than Ollie at present. But that, what looked like it could have been game end, has just been brought completely back to an even playing field. This next inhibitor should fall before Ollie can come out of the base, but it should only be the one. This is an incredible game.
Dragon is coming up soon.
Oh, Lawless might be in trouble here.
Lawless might just die here and not able to find the remount.
Crazy that damn.
50-second death timer. The dragon is up in, I would wager, about 30 seconds. You're not going to have your Kled for this.
You are not. But
No,
with the amount of minions that are coming into the base and stuff, is it too risky to try and stop this soul?
Time will tell. There is no
Well,
there is a starting measure on the cannon. How?
The spectator is definitely bugged here because that bot side Nexus tower is up again now. You did see it shooting when the camera panned back into the base, so they do have both Nexus towers again.
Daisy!
Daisy, more like Deadsy, I'm afraid. That Nexus tower is back up. Unfortunately, there is a current custom game bug where it is showing the old Rift as Elwood is forced to flash in the fight away from the Arcane Storm, but with that big cooldown down, that might be the team fight gone. Lawless is up and alive, does have the teleport, does have the charge. Mayhem stuck in their own jungle. Eyes on Kennen. There's a TP into the base, however, and Kennen is having to reset. We can now see the aggression coming out of Cnturion. Bram trying to find something, not able to find it. Beltox goes over the wall, and this Kled is now stuck between a rock and a group of hard places, able to get out with the Hex Gate. That being said, there is no teleport to get back to this dragon. It will just be stole for the side of
Really
Cnturion.
smart from Lawless, TPing into the base, forcing all of Frostbite Mayhem back to answer so that he doesn't end the game, and then Cnturion just go, okay, turn around, go back to the dragon, we'll secure Soul. Absolutely fine. We'll trade our Kled's TP for the Dragon Soul.
I really do feel like you needed someone else to go back and stop that, unless they feel like the Kidden is the only one that can stop this Kled. Because the Kidden was about to have such a good flank onto the 4 people, on Cnturion.
I would wager he's the only one who can defend it.
It does seem like he probably is. I think anybody else goes back and he probably just runs them down. Kled seems like he's the only one with enough damage to even threaten him right now.
Either way, it's really smart from Lawless.
Most certainly is. We can now see they are posturing around this Baron. They know Ollie's on the bot side, just trying to keep the vision clear. Rabj hovering in front of Elwood and Beltox. Josh hanging off on a flank. Kiz walking up into the jungle now. Corrin coming back onto the map. This hasn't been started, and a lot of damage is being traded as there it is. It's starting to be melted, and it dies incredibly fast. There is a bit of vision on it now with that pink ward, and the flag has gone down. Lawless taking a good bit of damage just from the long range poke as Ollie is teleporting into the top lane to look for some form of collapse. They are peeling back off of the objective and just moving into the mid lane, but Branch taking so much damage from Josh. Snipe nearly ends his career before it has started. Excuse me, got the hiccups. But Ollie's TP was forced for nothing there.
Again, these macro plays from Cnturion, they do seem to be maybe slightly on the back foot now, but they are still finding these advantages.
Catch on to Kiz here. Corrin having a flash out of his own ultimate, but it does not matter as Kiz falls to Beltox. Lawless is on the side, but finds onto Ollie, who is Seekers. And there's the slicing Maelstrom. It tags onto only the one for now, but he gets out with his life. Daisy keeping Corrin and the rest of Mayhem locked in a brawl. But you are able to trade one for nothing. If you can get your resets off and get yourselves back to the Baron, you could be looking at sneaking this out right from under your opponent's nose.
All it takes right now is one little mistake. One little misplay, one little out position, and the game is done.
Botting hits back up now for Mayhem as well, so there's less pressure on that side of the map. Probably if you're a Centurion, you'd want Lawless to go down there and try and force that. But if he's not here, it feels like his team can't do much right now.
Ram shaking a lot of damage. Flag can drag it in, does not quite find its mark. Taunt comes down onto Corrin and Drigger doing what he can with his damage, which is just not quite enough as Bramch goes down to Beltox. They're being completely outranged, completely outpoked, completely outfought. In the latter stages of this game, Mayhem, they've come alive at the fires of battle, heading into the late game of this game. The Baron's up in the middle, 14 minutes in. Ollie's looking onto Goob, slicing Maelstrom comes down, it's just not quite enough. The Shuriken goes wide, not able to find the stun. Josh trying to do what he can to the remaining members of Cnturion in their own jungle. Kids and Drigger trying to find some gold, some solids for themselves. The Baron's still not started. Lola's going flying in, not going to find onto anybody. The charge is blocked. He's caught in the Cataclysm. Corrin has to drop it to allow the rest of the team. The Mega Inferno Bomb tags only onto the one. Arcane Storm comes down. Not only is taking a hell of a lot of damage. Redemption will keep him alive for now. And that is a load of cooldowns blown for seemingly nothing.
This is becoming a very intense match.
Yeah, this is one of those games that when you're in it, every decision, everything feels like you could win or lose the game. Any tiny mistake that's too far on one side or the other and the game ends. All of these trades, they're picking Bramch, but they're all falling low. I really feel like starting this Baron right now may be a mistake. I don't think you want to get caught on this right now.
It looks like there is a lot of resets coming in for the side of Cnturion, though. People either coming out of base or going back to it. And this Baron dies incredibly quickly. Bramch, Lawless, and Drigger, they're all in the area, but they're not even going to know it's happening. Completely under their noses. There's pings coming down to the inhibitors, but all 5 members of Mayhem have reset. And ladies and gentlemen, this game went from what looked to be a whitewash to a knife's edge. And honestly, I'm here for it.
At this point in time, the difference in gold doesn't really matter that much.
It doesn't. It really
Oh
doesn't.
my lord.
That was one Q.
We're really starting to see how difficult it is for the Xayah to play this game now as well. In those early skirmishes, Drigger was getting quite a lot done, but it really just feels like he can't get anything, pieced together right now. Just too much aggression coming out from these pokes. Yeah, the lack of range. The Varus and the Ziggs can keep him at far enough arm's length, and if he ever does come too far forward, Ollie's there to pounce on him as well.
Well, they do know that Ollie isn't anywhere near. Ollie's TP is starting to come up. If Cnturion want to do something, they've got to do it now.
They certainly do. Ollie now taking the reset after that top tier 1 falls. This game is so incredibly close.
I think we're on for an elder flip, guys.
It's crazy that this match even got to that point.
Going to get jumped on, has to try and flash away, but it is not enough. The taunt will land, and Beltox will fall. That is 1 member down for Mayhem, and arguably one of the more important ones at this point in the game as well. You can see Corrin and Elwood moving in to try and find something, but the knockup lands onto Elwood. The taunt lands onto Elwood. Bramch doing everything he can to make sure this support dies, and dies he does. The Arcane Storm is starting to grow, it's starting to get bigger, as Lawless finds their way onto the backline, and Josh falls as well. Ollie's the only one left standing with any kind of semblance of damage, and when it looks so good for Mayhem, it looks so good for them to come back into this game. They throw it away with a clean ace, and only taking 1 on the backside. This game may just be over. The wave is there for Cnturion. Elwood has already left the game, and with that, my friends, Cnturion even the series 1-1.
Oh man, what an intense game. Oh,
I don't even know what to say.
It felt like that game was, it was in Centurion's hands, and then they really started to lose control of it, and we harped on it for a little bit there. We were on a knife's edge. One mistake could end the game. One pick could end the game, and eventually Cnturion find a clean enough pick that they can force a fight afterwards. I think Mayhem probably overforcing their hand, trying to collapse down to stop the game from ending through that bot lane. They put themselves in an even worse position trying to rush there. And Cnturion managed to find a really good fight just to finish the game off in the end. But that was about 15 minutes of just waiting to see who was going to make that mistake.
Absolutely was. Andreas, anything you wish to add before I send us to a break to recover from what was a very back and forth game?
Get your popcorn for game 3.
You heard the man. Get your popcorn for game number 3. We are going to go to a very short break. When we come back, we will have the final game between these two teams, and we'll see if Mayhem can stay atop of the table.
I've been searching for a piece of me. I've been counting on the hands of time. I love my body, I love my mind. With desire to out of place, out of space, floating higher.
Feathers been calling, my enemies stalling, my people been balling, my team we been wildin'. Canada hunted, we use basic tools. Strategies moving where we gotta move. There wasn't no option, no time on the clock, and no setting it back, and we gotta get profit. I'm standing on top of the glory, the road. We was just rebels and do what was told. When they asked me how we leveled up, without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game. falling, I'm balling on top of that mountain. I'm on and I'm calling my mom and tell her I'm good. I'm surrounded by family like back in the hood. I was falling from grace, I was misunderstood. Hey, the pressure will sit you right down, but I stood up. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. On the balcony screaming, they just let me be. B had to slow it down. What goes around comes around. Oh, the frequency different now. I was going through different rounds. Hey, it's crazy, the progress is hitting now. Ain't no sitting and lost and found. I found what I lost in a minute now. I was on the wrong path, I admit it now. My only option was to get it now.
I got it on both and I learned from the losses. My failure was friendship, I saw it was costing. Started like everyone had certain tools. Only difference is I knew what to do. Now everyone calling when progress is stalling. My stock is missing, my life it ain't boring. Ain't no more hitting me up when you lose. When it's time to wake up, see you hitting the snooze.
When they ask me how we leveled up without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spent, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game.
I've been searching for the peace in me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for game 3. We have subbed out the lovely Luna for the heroic Harold. How you doing, my friend?
Okay.
Don't boo Harold. You can't boo him.
I mean, he's my co-host for.
I'm
for
being
tomorrow.
bullied. I'm being bullied because I'm the only non-English person here. I see how it is.
England.
Come on, England. Scuss it, back he goes. Anyway, hi. Thank you for having me. We're going into game 3 of. What the hell happened last game? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. Honestly, game 2 was a mess, and right now Centurion are looking to go 3-0 in a best of 3, which is kind of crazy.
The multiverse is a concept we know scarily little of.
We do, and I really appreciate this Galio ban because Bramsh's Galio was very scary in those first 2 games.
I mean, I think it's just when you pick like 4 melees into Galio and like how can play? It's kind of what happened in our series as well. Like they picked 4 melee into Galio, how can play?
But then but in the second game they picked a lot of poke, and even then like how can play?
Because all their poke was magic damage, kind of, except for the Varus that came on like super late though. Like when the Varus got online, yes, you could get through the Galio, but like before the value of Shield of Durand and the Locket was just kind of, unbearable to play around. We
are seeing some similarities from game 2 with the Victor and the 6th. We do have the Amumu from game 1 as well. Amumu has decided that he has cried enough and wants to come back into the fray.
Amumu Ziggs is pretty disgusting. The bonus damage you get thanks to the Curse of the Sad. No, not the Curse of the Sad. Just Curse, I think it's called. The passive? Oh, whatever. The Amumu passive. It's just so much more damage. Okay, Lawless. Lawless just slamming it down again.
It's
really,
touch, by the way, the Amumu passive.
Curse touch, okay.
That's the one.
So, the Kled is just. This is Lawless just saying, I've out-handsed you twice in a row, I'm just gonna keep doing it. What do you have into this? And I don't know, knowing Ollie, it's weird he doesn't have a more aggressive lane counterpick. He went for the cannon, which is, I get it. It's like you can kite out the Kled timers and then re-engage thanks to the passive stuns. But it's still a Kled backed up by an enchanter.
Yeah, the cannon after like 30 minutes was starting to do some serious damage. Jin.
Okay. You have to ban out. You have to ban out engage supports now, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just so confused because
I mean, I guess Bram plays Silas support, but
yes, he played it. He played it week 1.
Yes.
I guess.
Week 1? No, he played 2 games of Belveth and 1 game of Blitzcrank in week 1.
He played Silas the previous split.
He played Silas in semi-finals of last split. I remember.
He did, yes. Against Frostbite as well.
Yep. Yep. I don't know. You need to ban out like something like Leona, but you ban a lady carry. You need to get rid of frontline.
Yeah, 100%. And it's just I like Jin at this point in time is not really in a good state just because of how tanky people can get at this point in time. I mean, with the Ivan shields, the Kled HP and that sort of stuff, this Jin is really not going to do much.
I mean, I guess you're kind of relying on getting that R5 support pick, considering the Kled is already showing, and just trying to get a winning matchup thanks to that support counter pick.
But I believe they used counter pick game 1 or game 2.
What was this?
Probably game 2 because they had red side only game 2 onwards.
Ambessa?
I can see it. It's the same kind of concept as a cannon, but you just have more re-engage and scrapping power thanks to the shields and the passive. I don't know. I would have loved to see something a bit more box standard, kind of like. I don't know. I'm a big Renekton fan. Renekton in this matchup can do work. Like people there's this idea that Clad kind of counters most melee top bruisers, but Renekton does have that overwhelming trading power that kind of nullifies the Clad's impact if he doesn't go ignite. And
Yeah,
Lolis didn't go ignite last game, so
I know you do like Renekton because you bit my ass with it.
Sorry. Sorry.
It was in the All-Star tournament.
Is that
that's right.
support?
Oh,
no,
holy!
Vel'Koz Jhin, I can understand. The amount of damage they can dish out is good.
Vel'Koz Jhin into MF Leona? I guess the poke is nice, but...
The poke is nice, but
then again, both of these bot laners for Mayhem have to stand still to ult.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this Leona is going to have a very, very fun time. Because whilst at first it's going to be annoying, once she can go in, it's over. GG.
Also, Branch picked an actual support.
Crazy, isn't it?
Galio's a support.
Yeah, not really. We don't talk about Galio. No.
I mean, just because you int on it doesn't mean it's not a support.
I didn't int on it. You cannot blame me. My Galio was fine.
I mean, to be fair, it is part of your name.
Yeah, but can you play Galio jungle?
Can you? Probably not.
I don't think so, because I thought about I tried it out a few years ago, but there's a damage modifier on his Q that it doesn't take camps as much as it does champions, so it's kind of no
With
clue.
enough determination, I can see it.
So, what are we thinking about these drafts, fellas? Because I feel like for the first couple of games, CNT actually had theoretically the worst draft, but the early to mid game pressure that they're creating is just so much that Mayhem can't seem to do anything about it. Do you have any opinions on these drafts now?
I mean, CNT's draft is literally just a press R comp, no?
Yeah,
I just don't like with how Cnturions have been playing. I don't see how they lose this.
No, if they have that same early to mid that they had in the first two games, it's going to be impossible for this Vel'Koz to even do anything, right?
I mean, it is going to be difficult, but you have these two very resilient double frontline setup with the Ambessa and the Amumu. You can't afford to have either of them falling behind, though.
You really can't, no.
Because if they ever fall behind in terms of like power of resistances and just actual scrapping power, you immediately lose any semblance of structured fighting because they can just get blown up.
Yeah, it is crazy because with the team comp that Frostbite have, you want to be playing how Cnturion have been playing.
Yeah, creating these chaotic fights, making numbers advantages around the map, catching them off guard. You don't really want to be... Well, I guess you can stand and fight, but... Like gets in your backline, it becomes really hard.
The thing is, both of these team comps want to run at each other, and neither of these team comps don't want the enemy team to run at them. It's quite silly. I'm not gonna lie. You want to play around the crit move speed from the Jhin when you are in these skirmishes. You want to play around the Amumu finding the windows to engage, the Ambessa getting that public execution on the backline, like comboing with the CC of the Ziggs and the Amumu. And at the same time, on the other side, you just want this Kled to go in and sow as much chaos as possible, while the Leona just helps the MS Fortune and Victor pick off one target at a time.
Men go in.
I mean, it's just I don't know, we ball, I guess. It's kind of this current situation, the current status. That is Flashless Ambessa.
Oh, yes, it is.
Man,
it's also
Oli has taken this top lane personally.
I'm not sure how aware you guys are, but you know that Dark Harvest is in the strongest spot it's ever been right now?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
I mean, have you seen Electrocute?
Yeah, well, no, but this is the highest Dark Harvest numbers have ever been.
Laning with Dark Harvest? Some, I guess? I'm thinking again. Anyway, welcome everyone to Summoner's Rift for Game 3 of the series.
Cooking Harold and Focus.
Yeah,
Now remember,
your
guys,
fault.
this is a best of 3 series where Centurions won the first game and Centurions won the second game.
Yeah,
We'll
Centurion-
let you cook on that one.
Centurions lining themselves up to be the first people this split to win a best of 3 3-0, or to lose a best of 3 1-2.
2-1.
2-1. You're right. Thanks for correcting me. You're right. 2-1.
Either
What?
way, Centurions have made history, people.
Yeah. Why does Corin have a pot?
Why does Goran have a pot? And Mumu doesn't need a pot. You're
He
right.
just wants to get high. That's all it
No,
is.
no. Oh god. Do you want to keep your host spot?
Yes.
25 seconds into the game.
Yeah. Anyway, clearing top to bot for the Ivern while the Amumu is clearing bot to top. You would expect it. You do want to get this Ambessa ahead, but I do not understand why the Ambessa took the shield in this. You're playing into a Kled. You're looking to scrap. You're getting so much valuable, so many valuable stats going for the aggressive option in the deep lane. As you see, just a load of scrapping in general. Ollie, just a lot of trading.
Yeah, just a couple slaps here and there, nothing crazy.
Framch finds the E. He's going to get the stun down to the Vel'Koz. I think Elwood's going to be fine here. Trigger not with the greatest of target selection. And, oh man, a one auto attack onto Elwood there. And I think Trigger would have picked up that kill.
Should have used his flash.
Elwood had heal. Elwood had heal.
Elwood did have heal. You are right. But it's very close to
I
going
feel like
down.
I do still feel like with the Ignite, reducing the heal, just doing an auto Q or a Q auto would have been enough to get that kill.
Possibly.
Either way,
it would have probably worked if he managed to get another proc of the Leona passive on him, but we'll never know in this case. MF is an annoying chap.
did you see what Bramsh did? It was absolutely insane. Level 1 still.
Yeah.
He's in. As he's flying, he gets level 2. It's actually so sick.
Flank comes round, forces Elwood's flash. Trigger takes a tower shot. He's so low. Oh my god.
Josh's flash.
Oh,
Josh flash was a minion!
No! Oh, and it's going to be a double kill over to Brash. Josh flashes forward, autos the minion, and it's such a shame he missed out on that. I guess it's no extra gold. The Brash probably would have still cleaned both of them up, but very unfortunate for Josh that he didn't get the kill.
Josh! No,
That's
man.
insane.
No. As we see Corin going for the gank in the top side, trying to force out Lolis out from this lane. The Ambessa takes the reset, buys a call. This is so me-pilled, it's crazy. Oh, me and Ollie are actually the same person.
I will say,
Except
the
he's Austrian. Or German.
Dante,
Sure.
Dante and Devil May Cry, he has his Devil Trigger. What happened there was the Devil Trigger.
Brash is already in this mid lane, by the way. He is
Bramsh is the same level as his mid laner.
he is the same level as him.
I mean, he has got 2 kills.
This is the most aggressive Leona I have seen in a while, but it is Bramsh.
Bramsh is the ADC now.
Look at me.
I am the ADC now.
He's already got the Swifties finished because of that double as well.
Hell yeah, roaming power. Elwood's dead.
Elwood's going to be in big trouble. There's the flash forward into the stun. Root follows up. Elwood may be able to get away, but Bramsh just does so much. He's chasing him down. He's going to pick up his 3rd kill of the game. Bramsh picks up the first feat of the game all on his own.
I mean, with a big sword that big, you'd expect he'd be able to amputate things. So, yeah.
Bramsh is just bringing out
all
his
he's
inner
got-
Thanos, saying,
no,
fine, he'll do it himself.
Oh, here comes Dude. Bramsh is going to go for his 4th kill. A nice root. KTC. Trigger finally picks up a kill on this bot side. Is Corin going to be able to trade one back? I don't think so. They're going to try and hand this over to Trigger. Trigger picks up a 2nd kill, and this game is already starting to be out of control. 2k gold lead, 5 minutes in.
Oh god, this Leona. If I okay, I'm a bit of a crazy guy. I'm not gonna lie. But if I were this Leona, I would pick up a Sheen at this point.
Honestly, if he doesn't go Bloodsong, he's trolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get some sort of damage. Like that's all I want to see on this Leona. Just some sort of damage. Oh, with 3 kills. Absolutely insane. Just completely.
Can we see quickly see the gold?
Yes. It's just nearly a 1,000 gold difference already.
Roach, the second highest gold in the game right now.
He has 400 gold more than his mid laner, top laner, and jungler.
This is the branch effect, guys.
Yeah. It's either this or you get into it in semis and don't make it
we
to
have the
finals.
Mandela effect. We have the branch effect now.
Yeah, true.
Josh has already had enough.
I'm sorry, Josh. Love you, buddy.
We're just joshing around. It's alright.
Oh
Wait,
god.
Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
When did Ollie die?
Oh yeah, when did Ollie die?
Did he die in a 1v1? I guess.
Must have been in a 1v1.
Yeah, because Goob picked up both of his assists on the MF double kill in the bot lane.
Well, that was a solo bolo we just didn't see.
There's so much action in this game. The observer camera didn't even shift to top lane. Just messes that whatever.
Top lane doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah,
Someone
yeah,
died.
true.
That's what it matters.
I mean, I do agree. Top lane doesn't matter. Yeah,
I agree. Junglers should never go top lane, right, Harold?
I mean, I don't know about you, but I've seen more junglers than I care to admit.
Seen no junglers.
Not mine, but Skater, if you're watching this, I love you.
What is this cast? Just what is it?
It's a game 3 of a series that shouldn't have had a game 3.
That is true.
It's just as chaotic as the game, let's be honest. We're on the pause after the pause because Riot is a small indie company.
Yeah, I love what this game was based called Works of Assembly.
There we go. Kid's caught out of here. Corin might be able to get the second bandage tossed down. He does, and they're going to trade over. Oh my god, it's so close. Kids does go down. Is Goob going to be able to get out? He will be absolutely fine here. So Frostbite are managing to pick stuff up, but Goob's in a little bit of no man land. Branch is going to pick up his killer game right here. And here comes Lawless. Beltox is in absolute.
Get that one! No!
Now Elwood is absolutely stuck too. Can we hand this kill over to Branch? No, we can't. What a shame. Branch 4-0 and 4. Absolutely out of control.
When your support has the most kills, something is wrong.
Lots of trading.
Lee,
He's taking a lot of damage here.
Lee Ignar Donggyun, also known as Bramsh, is a support currently for Centurions in VL Div 2.
I also like the fact that we are on a Frostbite stream and we're rooting for the enemy support.
No, you guys are rooting for the enemy support because it's funny.
I just want
It's
Raph
funny.
to
Yeah,
have
it's funny. That's the reason why. It's content.
Oh, the trade over to Josh there is massive from Drigger.
Yeah, I mean, this MF has a long sword, has a BF sword, and then an additional long sword.
And he's dead.
Josh is going to go down. He cleansed thinking he has heal, and I think it's going to be a double over to Drigger. Yes, it is. This game is looking at almost gone already. It's 11 kills to 2, and we're 8 minutes into the game.
There's a 3k gold lead. There's a 3k gold lead. Ollie trading onto Lollies in the tops. Up.
Come on. Oh.
This is the public execution. What a shame.
Okay, it would have been a neat mechanic to ignite him like that to keep the Conqueror going if he had Conqueror.
I really wanted this to be 1600 England. And it was just bareheaded.
Oh god.
There's no
That's
Darius.
a
I
reference
guess that's French.
Yeah.
I guess Darius is French in this case.
Sacre
The guillotine.
The coup de grace.
That's a rune.
I mean,
Everybody can
Darius
take
might
that
get
one.
it, you never know.
Oh. There's something happening bot lane, but we don't get to see it. There's too much action on the map.
Oh, Drigger's caught
Oh,
out.
you?
Also going to go wide, and Bramch just has to stand here and block all the rest of them. Drigger flashes for some reason. Maybe a bit worried about the bandage toss.
Yeah, I assumed he could see the other people coming, which, you know, fair enough.
Bramch forces Josh to flash away, and Baltox has to flash too. There's a big dive down, going down to the bot side on Goob. Goob's going to collapse here. Ramsh is also going to fall down, maybe. Oh, he barely lives. Frostbite trying to trade back here. They are picking these kills up, but it's so bloody, and here he comes. Here's Lawless.
Here's Kled, for some reason.
He's there. He's there to just say hi. Like, he knows he can't get anything. Only he's just getting to pressure top lane for free, though.
Is he get just plates here?
Yeah, and using Dracount Step to get even more passive procs with the additional damage the Passive Passive gives you on every auto. Just 2 plates for free. No, you're not even back in the game because this Kled does have 4 kills, and the Victor expends the TP in the top lane to just go match the Ambessa push, and Baltox is kind of just laning into a little bit of a nightmare lane because Kled can stick on you even if you're a Ziggs. But man, what is this Div 2 or Div 4?
Our games aren't this chaotic.
Could be either, to be honest.
Oh, dismount for the Kled. The Drake will probably go down for the side of Cnturions, but there's a fight.
Fall down here. Does he get the remount? No, he doesn't. Shutdown goes over to Baltox, and Frostbite Mayhem are going to try and find more here. Can they get Bramch's shutdown as well? Yes, they do, and they're going to pick up the first dragon of the game off of that. Ollie looks for the public execution, but he can't find anything.
Oh, they're still level 5. I feel like I've seen. I thought I'd seen him be level 6, but he's not. I guess he gets hit by also the root collar. I think it is called the Iron Q, but yeah, nothing untoward happens.
The only Ivan ability I care for is Daisy.
Daisy!
Speaking of Daisy!
Flash forward into the root, and Elwood has to flash away. He gets rooted and then stunned. What the hell? His is going to go down on this top side. I think Josh is alone, and he is going to fall too. Double kill over the Ivan.
Man, this is such a crazy game. We are nearly at 2 kills a minute.
20 kills in an 11-minute game.
Pretty much 12-minute game. It's insane.
Corrin doesn't have the stats to match this, but he has backup.
Yeah,
you need stats when you got bodies.
Bit over aggressive. They know they have
more
the
kills
advantage on that side for Frostbite. And Frostbite pulling some kills back, maintaining the, well, I would say maintaining the gold differential, but it still is quite big. They are going to pick up the, is this the 3 grubbies for themselves now, evening up those neutral objectives. They're actually 1 ahead on this side, so they're only 1 away from the feet. No towers down yet, so feats are still on the cards for Frostbite if they can get it. And honestly, if they can get it, considering how this early game went, they will be very happy for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, technically they also have a champion that has no feats, so they should just get him for free, no? Is he trading in the bot lane?
Side outcast top side. Ollie's going to be in a lot of trouble here because Goob's here too. Does he have enough time? No, he doesn't. Bramch is here. Bramch misses the E. Public execution goes down to Goob. Goob gets the redemption down, and that's the shutdown over to Lawless. Oh, Drake is just going to run down Elwood. Elwood has to heal. Corrin, is it going to look for him here? Can he find him? Trigger does well to play with the minions. Corrin has to walk all the way in, finds the bandage toss. Is there enough damage? Oh, here comes the Jhin ult. But Corrin says, thank you, that's my kill.
Ah, God.
I will at least respect Trigger from trying to get something in that, but it's just one of those situations where you know you're outnumbered. It's not really necessary to go ahead and try and do stuff like that because you know that your team is nowhere near you. You might as well just get the wave, make sure you're safe. Job's done.
And Cnturion pick up the tower topside as well in all of that, so they do secure themselves the feats.
Well, man, this team loves feet.
Easy! A really bad score here. Can he pick up Goob though? Goob very low. Baltox picks up the kill. Lawless is dismounted. Can he still find Ollie? It looks like he will. Flash forward. He's going to get the remount too. Can he finish off Ziggs? I don't think he can. He's too close to the tower. He gets dismounted again. The
Bramps is there.
here to cover for him.
What is this Ambassador champion?
Yeah, it is Callista, but melee.
It just like it does just feel like Riot are having like some sort of internal competition to see who can make the most BS champion.
Very good point in the chat here. I wonder what Atakan we're getting this game.
Oh yeah, but I've got absolutely no clue. Like, does anyone even know what the like how you get the different forms of Atakan?
It's based on kills, right?
It's based on kills, damage per minute, and that's about it. Really.
So if it's the higher one, which one is that? Is that the Ruinous?
The higher, if it's a high damage game, it is Ruinous Atakan, which does not give the GA. It gives a permanent buff to every other epic monster bounty.
So we're most likely getting that one.
We are 100%.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I think if we go hover over after this top lane play to the Atakan pit, we can check on the color of the roses, and if they are black, it is going to be Ruinous. Yep, that's Ruinous.
We're kind of in no man's land here. He's going to get tagged up by the Leona ult. Corrin goes in to save him though. Jin's going to get a lot of damage down here, but Corrin's kind of on his own. He's going to get picked off, and Frostbite Mayhem are on full retreat now. They're kind of caught up. Beautiful MFL picks up Elwood. Velcox is in no man's land. He's going to go down too. And the pressure from Cnturion just continues.
I find it rather funny that you said so much damage going down from the Jhin, and then there's just Redemption plus Iron Shield, and nothing ever happens.
Also, that Ziggs damage as well on that Misfortune, that was easily just half of her HP.
Oh,
and
public
she wasn't
execution
even
on
in
Knowledge. He's going to go down to Ollie. This Ambassador is a fair and balanced champion.
Ollie!
We should play it. Ollie finally getting a little bit of revenge. The top lane seems to be relatively even. Ollie opting for that lethality second item. He is going to be trying at least to dive this backline, but still no Serpent's Fang on anybody on his team against the Locket already completed on the Leona, plus the power of the Iron.
Oh, Brandon splashes in, he gets the E, he gets the Q, he's going to take down Ollie for a solo bolo, technically. Brandon's 5, 1, and 10 in this game.
Nah, man.
God.
Oh, God.
I think Luna chose the correct game to sit out for.
Honestly, like, this is a peak VL, I guess. I feel like...
We're in full VLPL right now.
How you doing, Daisy?
This is not even VLPL. This is This is Vietnam PL.
This is this is Sunday League football. That's what this is.
Good bandage toss onto Branch, but Corrin is way too far forward. He's going to fall down here. Leona half health Josh, by the way.
No, there was the bounce on the Misfortune cube.
Oh, okay. It was the bounce as well, was it?
Yeah.
Let's say if that was just damage from Leona, the game is done.
Trigger is getting such a free game. He had to do nothing, and yet he just is winning.
I mean, that's just the life of an ADC at some point. It's just, hey.
Oh, Elwood, no. The Vel'Koz really isn't looking like the thing right now. Elwood dropping the 7 deaths already.
Elwood just seems like El can't do anything in this game at this point in time.
Public execution down onto the MF. Is Ollie going to be able to pick this one up? I think he will.
Yes.
He's going to turn around to Kiz, but he just doesn't have enough. Here comes Lawless. Lawless is going to just chase Corrin down on the backside here. Corrin is in absolute loads of trouble. Josh, do not step forward. This is a mistake. Let Corrin die.
Corrin could have lived if he ults about half second later, because then he would catch the Kled after he gets the dismount. And he would probably be able to get enough space between himself and the Kled at that point. But this is just going to be... There's still a Rift Herald around.
Well, it disappeared for a second now. Just a complete magic trick. Oh,
Yeah,
it's happened again! Yay! Magic Rift Herald!
Goodbye, Elwood.
Goodbye, Al. We're picking up his eighth death of the game.
I mean,
the sixth kill for
905 and Bramch are just showing magic of their own. Do you see this, Felcots? No, you don't.
Of all of the games for Bramch to play, I didn't think him on Leona would be his highest kill count in the series.
I mean, to be fair, if there's any engaged support that is going to be going about the map, it's Leona.
I feel like at this
Just
point
chasing Corin out of his own jungle.
he's so strong he can just afford to like walk up and be like, what are you gonna do? I can walk up to this camp, you can't. I'm here.
I could just imagine Bramwich running up to everyone, just being like, "You can't escape me."
I mean, he does have the Swifties, he does have the Bloodsong, it's just...
Come here.
This Leona is so sticky. It's... I mean, I don't think even Super Glue is the sticky at this point.
Not even a restraining order is going to stop this Leona.
Ollie trading in the top side. He has that level lead over Lollies. He also has that item lead with the Voltaic Cyclosword completed. No boots on him, so he doesn't have the movement speed to chase down the Kled.
Does look like in the 1v1, Ollie's doing quite well against Lawless right now, though.
Oh god.
Flash forward, Ramka's knocked up. He's going to turn around onto Corin. Elwood's going to go down for his 9th death of the game here. Kiz flashes into him. Corin again in no man's land. Melpock is getting chased off the back by Drigger. Drigger maybe picking this one up. Blast Cone does save him for a little while, but here's the Lawless to pick it up. Ult to try and clear the wave. Does manage to clear the wave, but Reaper none in that trade, and these fights just keep getting worse and worse. It's a 5k gold lead.
I'm not gonna lie. The game was like this, even the game 2 was like this, and we saw how late it managed to go. Actually, the gold lead was larger.
Although, yeah, I will say that game 2 was nowhere near as hectic or crazy. It was more one-sided at the start, but this is just...
I don't feel like if Frostbite are going to get back into this, it will be through Ollie. Ollie feels quite strong right now. He's picked up 2 towers in this top side as well.
Josh just hitting minions. Nothing else you can really do at this point. I don't know if you ever want to like really step to Bramch even at this point.
Yeah, does he still get 1v1 right now, even at these health levels?
I mean, there isn't Ignite, but the flashing edge.
The ult. Goob goes down instantly, and so does Trigger. Ollie picks up the double kill, and they're going to transition this public execution onto Lolly. Lawless is in a lot of trouble here, gets dismounted, triple kill over to Ollie, and they're going to trade a dragon as well. This is a big trade for Frostbite, exactly what they're looking for. They are going to need to answer topside, though.
Damn, Ollie heard me talking shit. I'm not gonna lie.
He also heard you talk about how no one had Syrex. He was like, fine, I'll get it myself.
Serpents.
Yeah. That's it, yes. That's
what very good pickup. Yeah, this Lethality Ambessa is... If you have to play off of this kind of snap plays, and this Ambessa with a Lethality build is probably the way to do it at this point. You're kind of just trying to buy time and space for Beltox and Josh to kind of get to that 2-item mark that... Well, Beltox has reached that 2-item mark. You kind of want your Jhin to have that Infinity Edge as well. But then, again, you're still having to fight into this Leona MF Ivern combo.
You do need to get that rapid fire at some point, but I do agree with wanting to get the damage first and foremost, because you could still, get a good W off, use your ult, put some E's down, that sort of thing.
Oh god.
Down to 2k now, by the way.
Yep. That was just off of the fight, thanks to the catch by Ollie and Corin, just finding the decisive engage. The thing about this season, I feel like
again, and Lawless has to ult out just to escape from Ollie.
So much damage.
It is crazy. But, I mean, at least Frostbite are starting to understand, hey, this person has most of our gold. We should play with them.
That's crazy. Crazy notion to have to play with the people that actually have inventory slots filled up.
Yes.
But we see this is... map tempo is kind of all over the place. You see on the side of Centurions, they're trying to establish control over the Baron pit, while Mayhem are just, fighting back for vision, trying to define a vision line around this river. And they're doing a pretty good job of it. There's only one deep ward. Well, even then, deep ward is a loaded term for the pixel brush ward in the top side, as the herald is summoned up in the mid lane.
There's Daisy as well. They're going to try and
with Terran.
tower.
Daisy.
Dive onto the backline. Josh gets very low. Flash stun onto Beltrox. A nice Vel'Koz ult. It's going to find some damage, but not a lot. Lawless maybe down. He does go down to Josh there with the final tick of the ult.
I do think that was a bit too overzealous. You know, you had everything you needed to get the tower. There's no point in trying to get anything off. You know, why was you getting that tower? You know, especially with the Leona ult and the Misfortune ult were. They were in complete opposite areas.
His goes down, but there's a big shutdown over to the MF.
So 1-for-1 at the end of the day, though, and the Victor also had a shutdown. So trade of gold value traded, but Trigger has to shift the bot to Jude to make that play happen, and which means Mayhem get to push up. Elwood, Bramsh going in.
Going in. Corin misses the bandage toss. Bramsh is on his own here. Josh misses the root, but Bramsh is too far forward. He is going to go down. Shut down over to Josh. Offplayer finally up some tempo now.
Josh has a shutdown.
Josh has a shutdown at 2, 4, and 5.
Uh,
Can we look at Goob CS, by the way? Oh, Lawless is coming in for the charge. Corin does well to intercept it, but flashes over to get to Josh. Josh is dead. So is Corin. Daisy roots down the Zig. And whilst I was complimenting Frostbite, they overstayed. Lawless finds a good ult, and they get picked off 3-0.
This game shouldn't be this back and forth.
Very much the point I was trying to make. Look at Goob CS.
Yeah, he's stagnating because he's playing an enchanter, I guess.
Look at Lawless CS.
Yeah, it's the CS is not good, but to be fair, with how bloody this game has been, you can kind of like push it to one side.
This is ballsy. The Baron started up. Ollie is there, level 15.
Really don't want to get caught by Ambessa here.
Especially when you're getting your resistance shredded by the Baron, but it is a 5 again versus 2. You kind of just want Ollie to be this aggressive proxy near the pit for Elwood to get some poke down, but Ollie gets engaged on.
He's going to go down to Lawless trade 1-for-1. Well, he's going to still go.
The Baron?
Really low, 1000 HP, smited down by Cube, but he gets publicly executed by Ollie. Ollie finds Trigger on the back line. He's going to go for the ultimate, but I think he's too little too late. Can he pick up Ollie here? Root doesn't come down. He might get him. He does get him.
Very good kiting there.
And he gets the recall off as well.
Gets out as well.
So 2 Baron buffs remaining on the side of Centurions. Ollie has completed his 4th item.
Oh, God.
At 27 minutes in, that's crazy.
Yeah, he has been in the side lane, he has been farming, he has been picking up the shutdowns and the kills. It's the guy you're kind of looking at on the side of Mayhem to make the plays happen, and we just saw it.
We are officially at two kills a minute.
We are.
Fighting.
Oh, it's going to be even more.
Kiz gets Jane CC. Goran picks him up. They're going to look for this dragon, but Lolix on the backside is going to find Josh. Elwood on the road as well. Elwood's going to go down through the 11th step here, probably to Bramsh. Bramsh does pick it up. And Frostbite Mayhem. Trigger, oh, what are you doing there, son?
Well, Trigger's dead. Ollie has free reign in this fight.
Can Ollie find anything here? Bramsh goes down. Double kill to Ollie. He's going to chase down Lollis. He's going to pick up the triple kill. Publicly executes Daisy. No, I don't think he's going to get the Quadra. Daisy knocks up and saves him, but they will be able to find their 3rd Drake of the game here.
Yeah, and this soul, Kentek Soul just got buffed on this Fed of an Ambessa. How the hell do you throw this as Centurions?
Yeah, honestly, Ollie is doing so much work right now.
I think, honestly, at this point, as Centurions, you just have to understand, hey, we kill Ambessa, we win. You need to put all your focus on that champion.
The question then becomes, how do we kill Ambessa, though?
Oh, to be fair, you have some very easy CC to hit with the Leona. Not to mention, if you can hold her down with the iPhone, with the Victor and that sort of stuff, it's actually very easy. It's just a matter of you have to get that first one. If you can get that first bit of CC, it should be easy from there.
Yeah, Ambessa probably going to look for that stance last item. The fact we're talking about the last item at 30 minutes in a game where Mayhem were 14-2 at one point.
Can we pull up the gold pumpkin? Oh, Baltox is kind of cool here. He's going to go down to Lolis and Branch.
Goodbye, Baltox.
Yeah, Branch picks up the kill for his 8th of the game.
In the meantime, all these solo kills, Kiz?
Branch way too far forward, gets rooted and then stunned. Corin and Josh and Elwood are going to look to try and find more. The ult's traded, but the MF ult's so much more consistent in those situations. Goob finds up the kill on Corin and well, they traded the ults there, but MF definitely wins in those situations. So the nice ult from Trigger.
It's a 2-for-2 because of the solo kill that Ollie manages to pick up in the bot side. He's now just gonna ream this tower, and Lolis TP's in, but he's 3 levels down.
Getting into this may be scary to him. Oh, he just knocked off there.
Yeah, Ambessa is leaving.
16k gold on this Ambessa.
That's insane.
He's 3k up on the next highest towards him, which is Trigger on the MF, and there's a lot of gold on that Ambessa.
I think it is. I don't know. Again, it's criminal that we're at this point in the game. There is a 2k gold lead still for the side of Cnturions. You're kind of just playing around Trigger, but Ollie is chasing. Okay. Oh,
that's from Branch. They're gonna really
nice. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were talking about. Branch picks up his 9th kill of the game.
And of course it went to Branch.
All mobility tools were used by the Ambassador to try and get on top of DMF. Just DMF passive is ridiculous, and with these Swift Marchers completed on her, yeah, you need to get that snap engage with the Fumumu ult flash, or just managing to land at public execution, and then play the fight from there. You can't ever be in a situation where you run a DMF and there is no immediate snap CC to actually start the fight on top of her. As we see, Bramsh maybe getting caught here.
Oh, good ult from the MF. Went a lot of damage to Josh and on the... Oh, he's going to go down to the Ignite. Bramsh picked up his 10th kill of the game. Lolis is in the base here on his own, but I think he's probably going to be fine. They are going to dismount him. Elwood gets flashed on, has to flash away, gets pulled back in. Nice kill for Lolis. And he gets Baltox. He's going to remount, but here comes Ollie. You better run, Lolis, because you cannot win this fight against this Ambassador.
Yeah.
There was nowhere for him to run. Except into Death's Embrace.
I am so mad at this game.
I'm gonna attempt to take my jumper off because I'm sweating.
Attempt to? What is it, stuck to your body?
Well, no, because I'm afraid that I'm going to start taking my jumper off, and then all of a sudden they're all going to magically be next to each other fighting. Because
okay, yeah, true, fair enough.
We're at 70 kills already.
70? No, we're more than 2 kills a minute, man. This has to be some sort of VO record.
I mean,
I would very much love it if someone could just somehow go through every single game and find out which game was the bloodiest. Because if we're looking at history, I'm very happy to be living it with you guys.
I think this is definitely the bloodiest VL game I've ever seen.
I think there was one that I played in. There was really bloody, but I don't think even to this degree. 70 kills in 32 minutes is...
It's something.
I
mean, to be fair, the mere fact that we haven't had any kills in the last minute and a half is criminal. My brain doesn't know what to do.
A reprieve from chaos? That's crazy.
Yeah, a reprieve.
Corin looking for the flash engage on the top of Trigger. Trigger does not have QSS and there is no Mikhails.
I'm very confused why you don't get QSS.
The only way you die in this game is if you get snap engaged, and even then, if you had the... Okay, the root goes down from the Jhin.
Easy.
This is TPing in into the mid here. This is soul for Mayhem.
Look at Trigger,
Down for Corin, he gets knocked up by Daisy. He does find Trigger. Elwood gets the ult down, lifting the backside. Trigger kills Corin and lives. Ollie's doing a lot of work, but Lolis is free hitting the carries in the backside.
Yeah, but Trigger's dead.
Damage!
Trigger's dead.
Trigger is dead, but I don't think Ollie lives this. There's just too much here. Josh is still alive. Is he going to pick up Branch? He does pick up Branch. But there's Wallace on the backline. Can they even do anything here? They do stop Mayhem from getting the soul. Here comes the O onto Josh. Good blast away, but the fallback comes. Josh is going to go down. Beltox has nothing to save himself now, and there goes down the stun from Victor. And finally some reprieve. 77 kills in 34 minutes.
Is this gonna be game end? I don't think there's a timer for it. Amumu's up.
Amumu's up. Velkos is up in 4 seconds as well. It may be an inhib.
An inhib I can definitely see, yes, but in the game, no.
Even the
inhib.
What is happening?
I don't know. I just don't know.
This Kled has 133 CS.
133 CS in 34 minutes. This is like my solo queue games, by the way.
Yeah, this is you playing Kled, no?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is me playing Kled. Not the kills or the assists, but the CS.
I have to say, it does just feel like both teams were like, this strategy? Nah.
What do you
Don't
mean
need it.
strategy? Run at enemy.
Yeah.
Well, Hamish finds Elwood again, but no follow-up there and just runs away. Bit of support or combat.
Just wanting to show that he's there, that he could do something if he wanted to. He is being a merciful god.
I could kill you, I'm just not gonna do it this time.
Yes. I shall let you have your feeble life for just a little bit longer.
What is...
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, I guess we have something to talk about tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Can we get someone from this game?
It's a bit late, I've already locked in a guest, but...
Yeah. I'm sure we can delay that one.
Tell them they're on next week.
I mean...
Bramsh finds Elwood again. He's gonna get a lot of damage down just on his own. This is all just Bramsh damage. Is he gonna solo bolo him? Yes, he is.
Solo
bolo onto Elwood.
I support solo bolo.
Oh god, this Leona is...
I have to talk to Bramsh. I need Bramsh as my next support man.
If he plays like this, I don't know. This guy might just win MVP off of the series.
We're 2 kills away from 80, guys. Can we make it to 100?
Oh, well, I mean, we have to, right?
Okay, bot fighting. The Koron caught out in the middle of no man's land.
And he's gonna go down, this time over to Trigger. Ollie picks up
2 kills.
He's gonna kill Lawless. Ramsh is chasing down Josh and Belfox on this. He's gonna find the route, gets the stun down. Good ult from Trigger. Both of them are gonna go down.
Blue team triple kill.
Triple kill over to the Misfortune.
Ollie is in side lane, and then he tabs back to what's happening in his mid lane, and then holy!
Yes, can you get this?
That's got to be game, right?
Surely, at least double inhib.
I think this is game over. I'm not gonna lie, the timers are all out of place.
The STP.
Ambess is dead for 50 seconds. There's nothing that can stop this MF right now.
He can just come in.
And there's the ace. This should be the game here. Cnturion are going to win the best of 3 3-0 in an incredibly chaotic game 3. Ramsh with the MVP.
Now
84 kills in 38 minutes. That is... Oh god, that is more than 2 kills a minute.
Yeah, much more. 84, right?
Yeah, 84 kills in 38 minutes. Oh god.
Insanity.
That is 2.2 kills a minute.
I feel like we were being so bit of background information. While we were on break, we were just being absolute idiots.
Yes.
Together. Yeah. I didn't think it could get more stupid than what we were doing in the green room.
No,
but then
I
this
did
game
not
happened.
think we could somehow manifest what was going to happen in the game just between us 3 beforehand.
They felt our energy. That's what happened.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if you see any fights in Liverpool, that's pretty much what happened.
51k damage onto the Ambessa, by the way.
That's
oh my god.
insane. To be fair, I sort of expected more.
I mean, there's not really health bars to go through on the side of
That is true, yeah, that is true.
Centurions. So it is very much of a case
Can we
of
get Bram? Can we get Bram?
can we get Bramsh? Can we get Bramsh?
Can we get Bram?
Can we get a Bramsh in here?
We specifically want Bram.
Dream is requesting Bramsh, please.
The desk is requesting Bramsh's presence.
He needs to be. He's being called to the court for crimes against humanity.
I mean, is Velkoz human?
Acts of pure terrorism.
How do you classify Velkoz? An eldritch horror?
He's a voidling, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't say an eldritch horror because he doesn't have anything that makes him really unsettling or creepy. He's just a weird tentacle
got a
monster with a
big
giant
ass eye,
eye.
no?
That's it.
He got a big ass eye.
I'll tell you what
don't
he is.
care.
He's a kaiju. That's what he is.
He's a kaiju.
Oh my god. Anyway, commiserations to Mayhem. They,
I mean, to be fair, being able to come back in that second game like they did does show that they were still in that game mentally, that they still believed they had a chance, and they brought that belief into the game physically. It just wasn't enough.
yeah, and then again, for all the praise we gave him in game, Ollie made game 3. He managed to pull game 3 back basically off of the back of this Ambessa pick. I don't know. We're requesting his presence.
No, we are not requesting it. We are demanding it. Where is he?
I don't think he's in a.
No, okay, then let's get Goop then.
Yeah, if Goop's available to come in, and if they want to send 2, we're more than happy to have 2 people come on.
Of course, of course.
But yeah, I think a lot of credit does have to be given to the mental resilience of both of these teams.
I just want to point something out from the chat, by the way. Maybe we can question match fixing. But casting general, by the way, boys.
I mean, to be fair,
there was a prediction on this game, and only one person voted, and that one person won, and that was Elwood voting.
I will say that's at least somewhat smart because if you win, you're at least happy because you won. If you lose, you still get something from it.
Elwood,
sussy Elwood.
All right, guys. I believe we're gonna have to give it a call there. Fantastic series, honestly, so enjoyable to cast.
It's good.
Game 3 fell apart, but you know, just try to make it fun at the end of the day.
100%.
Game 3 did fall apart a bit.
Let's at least give Goob a chance to come in here if he still wants to.
You know, maybe he just wants to give a shout out to his team after this game, but Jesus. This is, I think this is. I can't even speak.
Okay, never mind.
This series has broken me. This series has broken me.
Okay.
I...
Very sorry to say, it's not happening. But either way, it was a very, very fun series to cast, to watch, and I really want to see more like that. As someone who is a neutral spectator to everything in Division 2, I want more. I want more series like this. If I could have a best of 5 like that, yes, please.
No, thank you. Wait, hang on. If I'm not casting it, then yes, please.
You're playing in it, Cliff.
Oh God, no!
It's right. Okay. Either way, it was very, very fun to watch. Very fun to commentate. I have been Andreas Claymore.
I've been Harold. Hi.
And I've been Cliff. Thank you guys for joining us. We've really appreciated it. And we'll see you Monday for, I believe, Frostbite Equinox
Titans.
versus... No, we're not playing on Monday.
Okay, so then it's a Frostbite Equinox versus Chi, please.
Chi, please. Frostbite Equinox versus Chi, please. We'll see you on Monday.
Hi.
See you later.